hope you're having a great day. Actually, I think by the time I post this video, I'll already have some sort of an introduction, so I don't know why I'm introducing myself again. But I decided to vlog a little bit at least during TwitchCon and before TwitchCon, and just kind of tell you a little bit about the journey. So right now I'm in Hungary, and as you can see, maybe you can see, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So basically this is like a restaurant. This is our first somewhat official stop after the border. And for those of you unfamiliar with borders, it is when you're not a part of like a European Union or United States of America or whatever, and you have to go through passport control and whatnot. So the passport control between Serbia, where I'm from, and Hungary was like a few hours long. We actually sat on buses and we waited for them to just kind of, check through our stuff and check our passports. I know obviously that I can travel and whatnot, but I have a little bit of a PTSD when it comes to crossing these borders because recently I was actually denied a visa for the UK because of just something really silly that I talked about before, but it doesn't really matter right now. So every time I go through these passport controls, I'm always like, is this gonna work or not? It did work. I'm not wanted for anything. I've gone through, and I guess now I'm in Hungary. There's still a lot to go, and it is now, I think it's like 4:45 or something like that, and we have a half an hour break, which is fine, but at the same time I was just starting to feel a little sleepy, and I wanted to take a nap, but now we're just like, okay, we're here for half an hour because it's like 4:45. People want to have lunch, and well, for me that means that I am basically having my own food because this is a horrifying little fact, is that I actually am completely drained right now. So by the time I had to leave for TwitchCon due to some circumstances, like basically having to pay the full rent this month as my roommate has left, and getting my kids glasses, and just basically adding some money to the PC fund so that I can do that I basically spend my whole salary on from the part-time job, that is. I'm going to Rotterdam with like $10. which is something that I've historically never done before. Like, I've never been this unprepared for a journey. So clearly, out of this fear that I will perish, I have overpacked with like food and other nonsense, and I'm just hoping that if they did check my stuff, that they close it properly. I'm very worried and very anxious because on the bus, our stuff is currently there, but my cosplay is there as well, and if they broke my ASEAN mask, I swear to God, I'm gonna be so upset because everything is just in there. So hopefully, I don't know if they open everything. I don't think they do, but at the same time, I keep thinking about that that ASEAN mask, and hopefully it's still in one piece, because it's like not plastic, it's something akin to porcelain, I guess, and it's breakable. So I have it in my bag safely. I had it in my bag safely, and I guess we'll just see if it's if it's good or not once I make it to the hotel and I actually open the bag. So yeah, I'm basically fine until like Sunday evening, which is when I'll be able to withdraw money manually from Patreon. That's like my first payment this month. Normally it gets withdrawn on the 5th. But I'm gonna withdraw it manually, so by Sunday night, sometime past midnight or whatever, I will have the funds. But for now, like I'm going to TwitchCon basically to visit everything that I've already paid for. So obviously my bus ticket is paid for, TwitchCon is paid for, the hotel is paid for. I have food with me, and I don't have much else. There are some dinners that I'm going to with some sponsorships and whatnot that are already paid for. But yeah, the rest, like, I'm not gonna be like going out, spending the money that I currently don't have and whatnot. It's just a very awkward time because it's the end of the month. Some things have happened. Had to unexpectedly pay a full rent instead of half of it, and I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm actually just taking the time to just relax a little bit and rest. I actually was hanging out in Neon Stream up until, I don't know, pretty much now, and the internet's been a little glitchy, so there's Wi-Fi in the bus, but for some reason it's glitching out whenever we go through like a weird area, like, I don't know, full of like tunnels or mountains or whatever. I didn't expect that, to be honest with you, because I thought that if the bus has Wi-Fi in it, it shouldn't be affected, but for some reason I guess it is affected, and this area is a little weird, so I think I'm just gonna take the time to take a little nap. And I decided to, this is a good time to record a video because I'm not on the bus, people are not looking at me weird, and overall, I'm so far happy with my time management. I do miss my son. I miss my dog. Actually, what happened the other day as well is my dog sitter kind of canceled on me because she had to look out for her sister's children because her sister had an unexpected surgery, right? So she couldn't look after my dog, and then I had to find a new one, but the new one was so expensive, and I somehow managed to talk my grandpa into looking after my dog. But my grandpa also has a dog, and she's a female. She's very old. She's like 7. In comparison to my dog, she's old because my dog is like a year old now. But she's she's much smaller than him, but I think she will show him that she's the boss there, so I'm just going to choose not to worry. This is a good option for me because it's also free, so obviously my grandpa's not going to charge me, and he does like animals, so I'm pretty sure we should be okay. My son is with his dad, and I get regular updates on that as well, so hopefully they'll be fine as well. I'm just nervous because of this money situation. I am prepared. Like I've tried to think about like all the circumstances, all the things that could happen along the way that will basically require me to pay for something. So I'm well informed on like where I need to pay an additional fee and whatnot, and I have enough for that, clearly. But at the same time, like I'm just hoping for like no unexpected circumstances whatsoever, because then I have to like, I don't know, call home or something and be like, Mom. But yeah, I don't know if my mom's gonna watch this video once I post it. I honestly don't know, but I hope not, because she would have a heart attack if she knew what circumstances I went on to TwitchCon on, because I'm like playing it cool, trying not to make a big deal out of it or anything, because she's not aware of like the amount of circumstances that have hit me this month, and I just kind of don't want her to worry. So she thinks I'm fine, and I am fine. I'm gonna be okay. But at the same time, it's it's just a terrifying little experience right now. I've never traveled like halfway across Europe with $5, so I'm almost 30 years old. I have a child and a dog, and I put myself into situations like this, which is mildly irresponsible of me. But at the same time, if I don't go now, I'm losing like 400 euros already that I've basically invested into the bus and the hotel and the TwitchCon ticket. So I think that at this moment I owe it to myself to go, and hopefully everything's gonna work out. But yeah, this is pretty much the update. I think that at some point soon we're going to be going back to the bus, and I'm going to be taking a nap, because I have until I believe 1 in the morning when I will arrive in Munich in Germany, and I have like a 4-hour layover there. So I'm going to just have to be awake for that, because I'm not about to sleep at the bus station with like all my luggage and everything. I don't trust it, and I want to make sure that I find my next bus in time, and that once I get on the next bus that I can sleep, because then I'm sleeping essentially till Amsterdam, which is where I have another layover. So I'm going to attempt to update you during these times when people are not looking at me weird, although I'm looking at people that are like over there behind my phone, and they're already looking at me weird, but hopefully I'm looking I don't know, more like I'm making a phone call or something. because I don't want to, like, the last thing that I want to do is attract unnecessary attention. Because even when I was at that little police station at the border, I'm turning in my passport, right, to this lovely policewoman, and she's kind of, she's looking at me, and she's looking at my hair, and she's like smiling, and then she looks at my shirt. So I'm wearing this Pokemon shirt. She like smiles, and then looks at my passport, and in my passport picture, like, I have like dark brown hair, which is my natural hair color, and fringe like up to here. She's like looking at me, looking at the picture, looking at me, looking at the picture. She's like, all right, you're good to go. I was like, yes, that's me. So that's gonna be it for now. I will talk to you probably when I get to Munich. It's gonna be around 1 in the morning, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is definitely gonna be a fun little video to put together. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Technically for you. Hi. It's me again. This time I'm actually a little smarter, so I'm actually using a stand, so I have to hold my phone. I'm actually out of the bus, and it is about, I don't know, 3:35, something like that. And I guess according to my itinerary, I was supposed to have been here for like at least a couple of hours because I had a 5-hour overlay. But that didn't happen. So let me tell you about how my journey actually went. I was supposed to have like a really long layover here and wait for the bus that will go from Munich, which is where I am right now, to Amsterdam. But for some reason, I guess it's because we sat at the Hungarian border for about, I don't know, 2 hours, seemingly for no reason. Maybe they were checking something. I don't know what it was, but it was a long time. We actually made it here quite late, which in retrospect made me really anxious. Even though yes, I'm on time, and yes, I'll make it because the next bus is in about an hour. I keep wondering what would have happened if my layover was like 2 hours or something like that, and I just like didn't make it to the bus. I don't think that the bus would have waited. Obviously, it wouldn't have waited because it's going its own way. It doesn't even technically know that it has, more people who are supposed to be on board. I think that the bus would have just left. And this taught me, I guess, a valuable lesson about how I book my trips. The fact that I booked a trip that I initially complained about, where I have like a 5-hour overlay in Munich and then a 3-hour or so overlay in Amsterdam, going to Rotterdam. I complained about it at first, but it seems to have been the right decision because I only have an hour, out of which I guess, I don't know, I'm only supposed to sit here for like 45 minutes or so because the bus clearly will arrive, not much earlier, maybe 5 or 10 minutes earlier, but it's not even going to be an hour. So technically it's going to be fine. Apart from that, like the little stress that I didn't feel, but I could have easily felt had I had a different booking or something like that. Overall, it went well. The toilet in the bus actually did work, so that's a big relief. Knowing me, right? And I don't know. Overall I had a pleasant journey. I wasn't able to actually sleep so far. So what I did, right? Since I didn't really have anyone at my seat, and the lady who initially sat next to me on the bus didn't continue to sit there because everybody pretty much got to sit at like a separate part where the two seats are. So basically, I took my shoes off and I just lay on the two seats. I'm a small person, so I can do that. And I wasn't I wasn't able to actually fall asleep. Like I think I was like in between, like going in and out of sleep for a while. Like I don't know, I'd be excited or I'd be listening to music, or I would like actually try to fall asleep, but something wouldn't be working out, or it would just be cold. Because these buses are damn cold. It's like they have the air conditioning that actually I feel like it's actively just making me sick. But yeah, I'm not regretting my decision to wear long sleeves. at all. I think that is at this point a must, because in the buses it's very cold. It's another lesson that I've learned. So yeah, it was overall okay, and I actually I'm very grateful, because I thought that I was gonna be nauseous as well, and I didn't this time around buy the anti-nauseous pills or whatever. I used to always have them with me. And I remember the last time that I went on a really, really long trip like this on a bus was when I went to Turkey, and that was 10 years ago. And that was with a boyfriend who I was dating before my ex-husband, right? So it was a long time ago. We were in university, and we traveled to Turkey, and it was like a 30-hour journey, and I thought that was ridiculous. Now I'm on a 35-hour journey, and it feels less ridiculous somehow. But yeah, I remember that I would take these like anti-nauseous pills, and they would really help. And I was very nervous for this journey because I realized that I forgot them, but luckily I didn't feel sick. Maybe I'm just over it, or maybe back then I ate something weird or whatever, but let's hope that that I don't get nauseous. I'm going to try to sleep after I get on the bus that goes to Amsterdam. And I think that there's not much that can happen, because there's really no borders anymore. And I underestimated how dangerous this was going to be when it comes to crossing that Hungarian border, and actually waiting for a while at the border. Luckily, it wasn't like more buses or whatever, because what would I even do if I was stuck in Germany right now, and if my bus had left? I just don't know. Would I get another one? I'm not sure. I don't know how it works, because this is literally my first time traveling like that. I just realized that I still have this. It's like it's like a neck pillow, but it's memory foam, and I actually invested a little bit into it, and I'm just very, very happy about it. It's like the best investment that I made, probably. But yeah, overall it was pleasant. I got to I ate some food. Actually, I'm not trying too hard to make this sponsored, but I did bring my Tokyo Treat snacks with me, and they've been a lifesaver. I do have my sandwiches as well, but sometimes like you eat a sandwich and then 2 hours later you're like hungry, but not hungry for like a sandwich or something. So they really did help. So I guess it is sponsored. but yeah, apart from all of this, I'm on alert. I found where I need to be for my next bus, for my next layover, which is like right over there. So I'm looking at it. I'm just sitting a little further away because there was really no room there. But yeah, I also try to go to the toilet here. Not because I necessarily have to. I went 1,000 times on the bus, but now I was just like, okay, so let's just go, because I do have an hour here or whatever. But it's like paid for, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll pay €1 for it. But the toilet here actually is malfunctioning. It's like out of order. Like the toilets on the bus station, this big bus station, actually do not work. So I can't go, and I'll just wait for the bus. It's okay. I'm an adult. I can do it. Yeah, I also talked to Neon. Neon actually boarded his bus in his not his city, but the other city, and I'm going to guess that he's gonna tell you all about it when when he does this. So yeah, he's also on the bus, and he's on his way to London, and I believe in about 3 hours at max or whatever, he is going to be in London, and also has about a 3-hour layover, and then is boarding the bus there. So luckily he has 2 layovers. I have 3, but I don't know. Like by the time I make it to Amsterdam, I'm just like, okay, so no matter what happens, at least I'm somewhat here, like if there's any sort of like an emergency or whatever, it's just from Amsterdam to Rotterdam. It's really not that bad, but Munich to Amsterdam to Rotterdam would be pretty bad. So I'm pretty grateful that it all went the way it did. And on my way back, obviously I don't have to worry about the border anymore. because of well, because I'm just going home. If I'm late going home, it's fine. I'm late going home. This was the dangerous, I guess, part that I severely underestimated. I did not know that this was going to be a problem, because in my head, okay, so they calculated, like it didn't even cross my mind that it's just not going to happen like this. That it's going to happen like this, or that it would. Because I thought that amount of time that they predicted is the time that they predict, with the waiting at the border or whatever. And maybe it is. Maybe this was just an extra time, because we did sit there for almost 2 hours, and I don't know why that was, but there was something going on. But I'm just glad that it wasn't more, because I know what it looks like when it is crowded, and this time, it wasn't crowded. It was fine, but we still ended up waiting. I don't have much more to tell you. I'm just going to go and wait for my bus, maybe have a little snack, and finish the coffee that I made when I left, which sounds disgusting, but I actually have a thermos that keeps it sealed tight and actually still keeps it warm, funnily enough. So I'm gonna finish that. I don't have to be getting another coffee or whatever, because I am gonna be hopefully sleeping at the bus that I will board in probably an hour, right? Exactly an hour, actually, right? So yeah, I'll be doing that. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Let me just start up PC so that I can have you both on. Aww. Yeah, actually we do we do have it set up, but no thanks to us starting it early. So what actually ended up happening is we had a few technical difficulties regarding just setting everything up. So that's why we are technically half an hour late, although I don't think it really matters, I guess. I mean, we've only just come back, and there was a ton of work to do, and I underestimated greatly just how much work we're going to have to do to make everything happen. I'm doing great today, thank you. I am a little tired still. This morning I had quite a few things to do, so I had to get up in the morning early, go and get my dog. And my dog is just, he was frantic. Like, he thought that I left him pretty much. And it took a while for him to calm down. So now he's finally home. He's just like, actually just sleepy. He's like, I'm just happy to be home. And not disturbed anymore. So what I ended up doing is I took my doggo to my grandpa's house, and he spent a few days there. But my grandpa has a dog, and my mom also has a dog, and my mom is actually in the country currently, since she normally is not. So I ended up just leaving him there, and everything turned out to be fine, except for the fact that my dog was basically scared to death of my grandpa's dog. And my grandpa's dog is like that big. She's 7 years old, and she is a little vicious, but at the same time, she just kind of wanted to show him that, she is the boss of that house. And I'm honestly, I'm low-key glad, because it kind of taught him a valuable lesson in life. He's like maybe 11 or 12 months old. First of all, before I begin, is everything okay regarding audio, video, and stuff like that? Because, I had to do a lot of things before the stream. Java, thank you so much. And welcome back as well. How's everyone doing? Rotterdam was great. Do you want to hear the TwitchCon story? Do you want to hear it right now? Sounds and looks good on my phone. Thank you. Thanks for that reassurance. Like, I turned on my PC, I don't know, 12 hours ago, and I had to basically set everything up, like including the scenes for today and whatnot. So yeah, do you want to hear a little bit about TwitchCon? Looks great. Thank you, John, and thank you for joining me on YouTube as well. Speaking of YouTube, what is the link? I don't know. Does this work? That doesn't work. Like, I don't know my own commands, it appears. Yeah, I'm currently live on Mom's Den, which is the first link posted, and that is my Final Fantasy XIV YouTube channel. It would mean a lot if you could pop in there, leave a like, and spend some time appreciating that wonderful thumbnail that I just created 15 minutes ago, okay? It is quite something. Lord Dipsos, hi! Welcome, Dip. What's up? How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us. How was your journey back? Aw, it's so nice after TwitchCon to sit down and see a bunch of TwitchCon friends in chat. Always feels good. I'm getting a little lost. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time that we're actually definitive, right? I thought so. I thought so. You know what? We actually tried hard. What we did is we went into the same zone in the in I think it was Littleshire, and we tried to like not have different backgrounds for our characters, so even like the pictures of our characters are thought through. Oh, it was rainy, got home at midnight. I also got home at midnight, but you know when? Yesterday. I traveled for almost 2 days straight. Like I don't know which journey was more stressful, the one where I went to TwitchCon or the one where I came back. So when I went there, do you know how I complained about? Did you drive? Oh no, I went by bus. No, I don't drive. So what happened is my first journey to Rotterdam. I had 3 overlays, and I was like, okay, so I have like 5 hours between each overlay. And I was like, okay, fine, that's plenty of time. I'm just gonna sit there bored in Munich and then in, what was it, Amsterdam. I ended up being so late. Well, not late, but I was almost late for my Munich transfer to another bus that I was supposed to sit there for 5 hours. I only ended up being there for like an hour. Like imagine what would have happened if I picked like a bus or like a route where the layover was shorter. It would have been a big problem because I technically would have been just stranded in Munich with no way to kind of go forward or come back. So I learned a valuable lesson, which is if I ever do go anywhere with a bus, that I definitely need to pick the longest possible route. I thought I was going to be exploring. I thought I was going to, just be able to walk around at least a little bit, like around the city and whatnot. But that never happened. So yeah, it is what it is. But TwitchCon overall was great. I don't know, like I guess I'm not a big complainer, when it comes to organization in general. Do you know, like how sometimes you'll come back from TwitchCon, or if you don't go to TwitchCon, you'll open Twitter or something, and you'll see a bunch of people complaining about a bunch of things. I tend to be, I guess this is not a very good thing, but I tend to not be very observant when it comes to those things. Obviously, I'm aware when, when the organization doesn't really cater to people, either with disabilities or when something is obviously wrong. But this time around, I was just focused on people, and it was just so nice to get to talk to everyone, to just be surrounded by people who actually get it. I think that was the most valuable thing. It's technically a glorified meetup, okay? So it does sound like a glorified meetup. It is a glorified meetup, but at the same time, I did manage to do some work as well. Not a complainer either. I'm pretty critical, but I don't like to complain. Yeah, I understand that, and I pretty much do the same thing. Like I could. Like if I really kind of want to dive deep into it, I could analyze every single aspect of TwitchCon and rate how well I think they organized the space and how well they adapted it to so many different people and whatnot. But I just don't want to do it, and I feel like I just want to cherish the actual good memories that I had from TwitchCon. And the most important thing that I felt, I guess, throughout this journey is just a feeling of overall acceptance. Name dropped you when applying to Fractal by the way. No worries. I'm so glad you applied. Awesome. I hope you hear from them soon. They are really good. Mm. So yeah, it's always nice to see the amount of people who prefer spending their time at home to actually pay money to go into a public place where they will spend time with other people, like in a physical room. That always just baffles me when it comes to TwitchCon. But this time I was actually able to feel it. Like, I love how each and every single person who I met at TwitchCon has like that visible social interaction bar, and like you can tell that they get filled much faster than, you know, people who are, I don't think, not a part of our world per se. Yeah, my coffee mug is actually huge, and this is a little sad, but this was a gift from me to me on a Valentine's Day. I went grocery shopping actually, and I saw this mug, and I realized that this mug is pretty much bigger than my face, and I realized immediately that I have to have it. That was one aspect of TwitchCon, friendships, and just being able to meet so many people and connect these faces to names. I'm very bad at remembering faces on social media. So on social media, I do a lot of interaction, but mostly it's written, you know? It's like when I talk to someone, I know their name, I know how they speak, you know, like, but I don't know their faces. Like, I don't really dwell on Instagram too much. Like, I only know like a handful of people by their looks, and I should definitely be spending a lot more time on Twitch in general. But this time around, I just realized that I haven't been doing enough of that. So it was like I found myself more often than not looking at people's like little badges and trying to figure out who they are, which was a little embarrassing. But I'm just glad that I finally put those, you know, very important to me, very important names to those now very important faces as well. Valentine's Day, exactly. That is exactly what it was. I'm very happy with my gift to me. If you're not getting yourself a gift for Valentine's Day, you should. Obviously, I don't want to get too weird and I don't know, and mushy and whatnot. But honestly, like, I know what everyone's waiting to hear. Hi, Lana. Welcome back. How are you doing? It's like, if I'm sitting here and if I'm just talking about TwitchCon and about how my overlays were, not overlays, I keep saying overlays and I want to say layovers. It's like, it's like it's just like I was just in my OBS overlays and trying to set them up, and it's like every time I want to say a layover, meaning like the layover between my buses, I just use that word instead. It's just actually terribly confusing right now. See, I streamer, but exactly, like I keep using the wrong word. But yeah, I guess it's just easier for me to like shit post on social media and like not have people see me, I don't know, talk about things that obviously mean a lot to me. So I'm just like, okay, so if I have something to say, I'll use Twitter, or I'll say hi on Discord, or I'll just say nothing because I'm a big avoider when it comes to important topics in general. But you know, obviously everyone knows that that Neon and I went to TwitchCon together, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in such a bad shape before TwitchCon when it comes to both, I guess, finances and just organizing. My pet sitter canceled on me on the last day, I guess 1 day before the travel. There were a lot of things that basically made me that got me into a situation where I traveled to TwitchCon with $4 in my pocket. It was wonderful. I spent like all this time on the bus with like $4 and just really hoping that I don't have to pay for anything. Like, I went 2,000 kilometers up north, just really hoping that I don't need anything. Like, you have no idea what kind of stressful experience that was. So what I ended up doing is just deciding to go because I knew that, you know, that Neil's gonna be there, that I'm not gonna be alone, that it was not gonna be, you know, that it was not gonna be stressful. Good thing I have a card for you with €10 credit on it. I still have that card. somewhere. Street of Fan, welcome back. How are you? $4 can get plenty of ramen. Okay, when it comes to ramen, sis, I'm not gonna lie to you. Neon and I were in the same situation when it comes to finances. So the day before, we were just like, okay, what are we going to eat? So what I did is I brought, like, don't laugh at me, don't laugh at us, okay? I brought my water kettle. So I had my actual water kettle in my suitcase. We brought soup, we brought oatmeal, and we brought ramen. And we pretty much ended up having like all of our meals in our actual room. We even had coffee, like we had like little sachets of like coffee in our suitcase. So I brought a little bit of ramen, he brought a little bit of oatmeal and coffee, and I brought a little bit of like biscuits and such. It was it was definitely an experience because we were both in this situation. He didn't know he was going to be going to TwitchCon. Yes, it was like a picnic. It was actually like a picnic. So everything that we needed, we pretty much had in our suitcases. It was not a glamorous journey in any way, shape, or form. I didn't take my Thanks so much for the follow and welcome. How are you? Oh yeah, by the way, I turned on the followers only mode today for you know, for Dawn Trail spoilers. I did not want to turn on sub only mode because then I'd have 2 people watch me. So so yeah, that's why we're in follow mode. Normally I'm not. Welcome. How is your journey home? But I will tell you about one meal that that we had that was fucking glorious. First of all, I have to say massive thank you to Fractal for inviting me to the creators like community dinner. It was I expected a dinner, like I expected a sit down where we would have our little plate and, you know, maybe a drink or whatever and just kind of get to talk to people. Oh, it was great to meet you too. I'm actually so happy that we met. And I'm glad that your journey back was perfect in comparison to what happened, you know, on your journey there. Like I was actually following you on Twitter before I got to meet you, and I saw a little bit of a little bit of your journey, and it was pretty stressful to even read that. Like I can't imagine how you felt. Yeah, when it comes to my brain froze. My brain actually legitimately froze there. When it comes to, yeah, the Fractal dinner, I was actually so surprised. Like we arrived there and it was not a 1 plate, 1 drink dinner. This was the 6-course dinner. This was the 6-course meal with like, I don't even know these English words for it. Like I've never had a 6-course dinner in my life where you start with like a little bit of a soup and just like something to kind of nibble on, I guess. Also, Yakis, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Thanks so much for the follow and welcome. There was an open bar. There was 6 courses. Very fancy. Like it was on this boat. Like I can't read this. They're called horrors. I can't. Java, I am not cultured enough to read this. I cannot do it. It was very fancy. Like there was like that little I don't know the word for it. Okay, so I'm a peasant who's just basically going to describe these things for you. Like one of the foods was just like a glass like this filled with soup, and it was like a mashed carrot soup with like a spicy aftertaste or whatever. One of them was fish with like potatoes and like a sauce over it, and then there was steak. There was a dessert after it. Like there was so much food. Like I've never seen this much food in my life. Okay, and luckily I was dressed up. I actually was in my heels. I was in a pretty dress and everything. I was a little anxious because when I put my heels on, I was a little taller than Neon. money trouble got eat you, shall we? Exactly. When he was in room, no, he was my +1. He was my +1. We went together. I would never leave him. What do you mean? We went together. We had the best time. Also, 1022, thanks so much for the follow and welcome. No! So that would make me sound like the biggest bitch in the world. He missed his partner party for me because he didn't want to leave me. Imagine if I went to a 6-course dinner and didn't bring my man with me. What? Oh, no, I would never. No, we went together. We had the best time. We actually were gonna go by, I think it was like a bus or a tram or something like that. But when we arrived to the street where we were supposed to take this bus, it was the street actually ended up being closed off, and we were like 45 or 50 minutes away of walking. And we're like looking at each other. It's like, what are we gonna do now? It's like, do we walk? I was like, we walk. He's like, but you're in heels. It's like, I got this. So I walked in heels for 45 minutes like a fucking beast, got to that boat dinner. I looked like $1 million and I pushed through it. I was very proud of myself. No, it was a great night. Actually, like the dinner made me not even be hungover because I drank a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had quite a few drinks, but I kept my cool. I think I was still very classy, and even though I had like no idea what I was even eating, it was that experience where you're just like there for the first time, seeing all these fancy things for the first time, but you're like, you know, keeping your cool as if you eat this every day, and you're just like trying to act like you fit in. Yo, the imposter syndrome was through the fucking roof. Like, I felt like I did not belong. But honestly, like, people who I met there, everybody was just so down to earth, and the community that Fractal is fostering is actually so wonderful. Be asking why there's 3 forks when I only need 1. Oh, they were like bringing forks and like spoons and stuff every single time. Welcome back. How are you doing? What's up? Oh my gosh, so I saw your messages. I have not caught up with messages just yet. I arrived home yesterday at midnight. Okay? So I traveled for almost 40 hours on my way back, and that's a story to be told as well. This week I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna catch up with everything, but I just wanted to tell you that I'm so happy that we finally met. Honestly, like, spending the day with you on Saturday, that was the one of the fucking highlights of my entire day. Esu, for those of you who don't know, like, Esu is a dear friend of mine. She's also a streamer and content creator, and I was just so happy and grateful to just finally meet Esu. And honestly, can I just gush about you a little bit? Esu, like, I knew that Esu was amazing, okay? But Esu, what she did for me on Saturday was something that I didn't know I needed. First of all, Esu was there for me in that big room full of these little business stands where there was not enough light. There was too many people. The music was fucking overstimulating. It was very, very rough. And I did not feel comfortable in this space, but thanks to, you know, Esu and some of the friends that were with us, I actually felt like I got this. You know, we actually went and talked to some businesses and introduced ourselves, exchanged, you know, some contacts, and Esu was a big push with just her drive to just, you know, actually go around and be like, okay, so we arrived here to do some business, so let's do some business. Like, I just wanted to know, the world has to know how kind you are and how kind you were to me, and I'm just so happy. Like, we did not get enough time together. We had the Final Fantasy 14, we had the lunch together as well, but like I said, it was not enough. It was not enough time. That lunch is like a separate story. That happened on Saturday. And it was so lovely to actually meet some of the people from Final Fantasy 14 community who I've either spent a long time talking to and just wanting to meet them, or I've just finally put like faces and names together of people who I've admired for a very long time for their, you know, for their content, for their charisma and everything. How are you doing? Yeah, I just like that lunch meant a lot to me, and I was just so happy to finally get to know everyone. But yeah, that was pretty much our Saturday. So first day of TwitchCon, the Final Fantasy 14 lunch, and then walking around just trying to do some business, and then after that the Fractal dinner, which was freaking lovely. And then after that, it was Sunday, and Sunday I think I try to take it a little like easy and not go too hard on myself, but at the same time, Sunday just kind of like put itself together for me. So in a way, on Saturday, it was like, I don't want to call it my days since since I went together with Neon, but it just kind of so happened that we met a lot of my friends on Saturday. We had that Final Fantasy 14 community lunch, and he's obviously Neon is also a Final Fantasy 14 creator, but didn't know a lot of people who were present there, and I'm just happy that he got to meet them as well, and that they got to meet him too, because he's fucking lovely. Sorry. Son Horus. Yeah, I was actually a lot more Horus before TwitchCon, so I'm actually getting better. Somehow also a bit relaxed. Yeah, definitely. I think the only good things happening for each other. Oh, that means so much to hear. Thank you. No, it was not enough time. It was not enough time. Sunday was just really nice because I got to meet a lot of people who I didn't know, and some of you may be here today as well. So they were more of a part of, I guess, Neon's community, either speedrunning or Final Fantasy in general, and it was just so nice to kind of expand that circle of friends. So we ended up hanging out at TwitchCon for a little bit, and chatted with some people who wanted to meet Neon as well, and then we went to a bar. And we actually got to meet Gags, and Gags is one of Neon's mods, and we did not know that he was at TwitchCon. We actually found out on day 2, which was just a lovely, lovely surprise to just kind of be able to put face to the name. Oh, sorry about that. And actually go and have some drinks, have some just have a lovely time. It was amazing. It was a very, very good day, but honestly, the Sunday night was just very sad. For me, we came back to the hotel, and it was just like, okay, so it was time to like start packing, and I don't know, like it's suddenly like I was suddenly hit with this realization that that I have to go home, and that we didn't get enough time. So I was like, I don't know, like we came back to the room, and I think we were eating ramen, and I remember like I was opening this like packet of ramen, and I was like heating up the water, and I just started crying. Like I stood there, and I was holding this heating kettle because like I couldn't even put the kettle down. Like the room was so small, and it didn't have a shelf or anything. Like I just held the kettle like this and just waited for the water to boil so that I could make our ramen, and I just stood there and I was crying. And for the longest time, like I couldn't calm down, and it was just very sad because obviously Neon and I were both like super sad, and we were kind of like getting sad in shifts, which made everything just really sad, because like I would get sad, and like he would just like try his best to just be there for me so that I'm not too sad, and then like we kind of stabilize a little bit, and then he gets really sad, and then I get sad again. It was just like we actually stayed up all night on Sunday, which maybe wasn't such a good idea, because on Monday we were just absolutely wrecked for the journey, but we did not want to go to sleep. Like we didn't sleep at all on Sunday night. We just kind of like sat there, and we it was like a lot of laughing, a lot of crying, a lot of packing, a lot of just kind of being like, how many hours do we have left? How many like it was like, oh shit, like we have 3 hours, we have 2 hours, like now we have 1 hour. And then at some point, like we were just like, it was like yeah, exactly, like we got like all of this time together. Like I knew that if I was gonna go to bed, like I would just end up just laying in bed crying. And I didn't want to do that, so I stood up, and I was awake, and I cried. It's like it was the most wonderful and the most sad night that I've ever had to experience. And then in the morning, like it was like 6:45 or whatever, and we had to go to the supermarket to get water and just some stuff for the road. And since my bus was at like 10:30 and his was at 8:30, I walked him to his tram station that would take him to the bus station. And we spent like most of that time just like really quiet. And I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just like trying not to break down. I'm sorry. This is just very sad for me. No, we went to not me crying. Not me crying like 45 minutes into my stream. We stood there and it was we saw one tram coming and it was like we thought that was it and we thought that was goodbye, and then it ended up being another one. And it was like, as it turned out, like we had like 2 extra minutes and like, we just stood there and we were like, okay, so we have 2 more minutes. And it was the saddest thing. Because we said goodbye and then he started walking towards the, towards the tram or whatever. But like, as it was already like boarding people, he came back. and we got to say goodbye again, and he got himself on and I just stood there. And I just stood there and we were just waving and sorry. I'm just having a really hard time talking about it because I'm also like you have to imagine how hard this is for me. Like, we're doing this multi-stream and obviously like I can't hear him right now because the voices would be so confusing, but I actually can see him because I'm looking at the multi-stream. And I can see his stream as well, and it's just a very hard. It's very difficult for me to talk about it because I can see his stream, and I was like, how do I even talk about this? So I stood there at this bus station, and hi Mog, welcome back. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm just telling some stories from TwitchCon, and it's definitely not me crying 45 minutes into my stream. It was hard. It was hard. Like, I stood there at that bus station, at that tram with like my eyes were just, I couldn't see shit. Like, I was crying, and like, do you know how like when you're snorkeling or whatever, and when you're wearing that mask, but the mask is not very good. So like when you're wearing glasses, your glasses just kind of get filled with like water, and you can see it. Like, that's how it was. Like, my eyes were so full of tears and I was crying so hard that like my glasses, like I could see the water like piling up in my glass, kind of like in cartoons, right? So I actually ended up walking in the wrong direction. So I walked to like a metro station that actually I needed to get myself onto to get myself to the bus station that I needed to be on for my own boarding. It was fun. Little funny, but at the same time, yeah, I got so lost. Like, I was just walking around completely lost. Like, I did not know what to do. So yeah, I went to the bus. I went to the bus station and I got myself on the bus, and I was so exhausted. I actually fell asleep on the way to Brussels, and I woke up in Brussels, and I don't know how I woke up, but I almost missed walking out of the bus, and the bus would have just kept going, and I don't know where I would have ended up. But it was just very, very lucky that I woke up, because it wasn't the driver that woke me up. I don't know what it was. I was in Brussels. We didn't drops are enabled. Oh, wait. Okay. Can you hear me?
Jesus Christ, this got the crap out of me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. The drops they should be enabled. You can find them in the Twitch dashboard. They should already be on, but we didn't put it into the stream title. That's the one thing that we forgot. So they are already enabled. And Twitch is actually doing a very good job at notifying people that there's drops, but we haven't done it. So
Since we have a moment here, do you want to explain
We're having a moment.
in your words? Do you want to explain in your words, maybe in particular to Moment Queen, about the whole thing yesterday?
What thing yesterday?
You know, the thing yesterday.
What, you want to make me cry on your own stream? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I mean, listen. You kept on going on about, oh, I hate it. Mog's left in the dark now. Let Mog's left. So you can
That's
explain it.
true. You explained it just fine.
Not really.
She knows we're sad.
I did it when I was fighting. That wasn't fair.
Wasn't fair. What wasn't fair? The eye roll.
After you.
What?
I explain.
I wasn't asked anything. You're.
Moment Scream, would you like to hear it from V's mouth about the thing yesterday?
You're a friend. You will say no.
Say yes. You know you want to know. You know you owe yourself to know now.
But there's nothing to tell. Everything is just really sadsies. Why are we talking about it?
Why is it sadsies?
Because I miss you.
God, that went really quiet. Only if he is willing to say it, I need her consent. I think she would say it if you really wanted her to, but there's a part of it that doesn't want to, and she doesn't want to get upset by it. Basically.
It was... I said the wrong thing because...
So, yeah, we were doing a dungeon yesterday, weren't we? And we were talking about, like, in-game mechanics fighting. Excuse me. And it was, like, where we had to... If we didn't separate in the game, we would both take a lot of damage and maybe even die. So V was just like, oh, you need to, like, you know, move away from me. But rather than say, oh, you need to move away, she said you need to walk away. I'll explain that part, V. Over to you now.
My chat already made me cry on stream. I don't want to cry again. I'm not a pussy. Anyway. No, it was just a really sad day.
It was.
Because
we actually stayed up the night before that we had to both leave, just so we had an extra 6 or 7 or 8 hours with each other. So that meant that we were, I tried mentioning this on stream the other day, but I meant we were awake the entire day of the second day of TwitchCon, which is our last full day together. But we wanted more time together because we really like each other. If you need me to say it out loud. So we stayed up all night that night. We were exhausted, but we didn't want to fall asleep. So we stayed awake, packed, you know, had food, like just whatever. We just wanted to stay awake to spend that time together. And then it got to like 7 o'clock in the morning. We were heading to like the grocery store to like pick up some things for the road. You know, some water and things for both of us. My coach was at 8:30. Her coach was at 10:30. So yeah, big shock horror, right? So V came with me. We both went to the store. Then she came with me to the tram that I was heading back home. Heading back to to go to my coach stop. Except that where I'm going is like an hour's walk away from where V's stop is. So we get to this. Don't cry. Don't get sad. I know it's sad, but don't. So we went to this tram. We looked and it was like there's a tram coming, but it wasn't mine. And we thought it was, and we thought we had like these 5 minutes together, and it wasn't. And then that tram pulled up, which wasn't mine. And then we were like, okay, we've got a bit more time together. And then the next tram was like a few minutes away. And it was just like this countdown mode that was just like killing us. And the works. You're hugging each other and you're kissing each other and all this, and you just don't want it to, you don't want it to end. And you don't know, at that point, you don't know when you're going to see each other next again, right? So, and as it pulls up, we're obviously like hugging and stuff, and it was awful because like even though I have to get on that tram, it felt like in some way that I was walking away, and also for her, it probably felt that I was leaving her, like walking away from her, in a kind of gesture like that I don't want to be with her or around her.
Never felt that way. It's just
no, and getting on that tram, was really difficult, and to turn around, and then to just see from my vision her getting smaller and smaller and smaller in the distance while I was waving was just one of the most hardest things I've done in a long, long time. And obviously by this point we're both just devastated because, 2.5, 3 days just wasn't enough really. Like we really did have like the most magicalist weekend. It was really special. Like it was really good. And we thought we'd get on, but I don't think we were both ready to get on the way we did, as well as we did. So it was really hard. And so even though we're like only doing a dungeon together, and her saying walk away kind of brought up memories for us both to when I had to walk away, even though I wasn't walking away, I was forced to walk away. It was just this thing. It's just mental.
It just
thing.
sounds really silly from the outside. Like I bet,
exactly.
a lot of people are just like, oh, that's just a stupid story. It's like it sounds like I can hear it. I can hear how it sounds from like the outside point of view, and just be like, oh, that's silly. It's like, of course you didn't mean that.
Yeah,
or
some people don't get it. Like they don't. Some people are not going to resonate or get that. And you might understand that in the sense of like maybe you said goodbye to a family member for a while, or it can be even more dramatic. Like let's say you said goodbye to a loved one, and they're dying or something. It maybe that's a dramatic thing, but it's maybe some way a relatable feeling, if you like, to relate to that. And if you've never felt that before, then I hope you don't feel that. And no, Red Black V's in Serbia.
So what my brain does is my brain has this fantastic ability to get itself into this denial to the point that it comes up with impossible things and like has itself believe that like the things that I don't want happening are not going to happen. So as I was standing there, like my brain couldn't comprehend that we were just like standing there, and that in one moment that he was there, and that the next moment he's just not going to be there. So my brain had me stand there as the tram just kind of drove away. Like I couldn't move. Like I could feel my feet, but I wasn't moving. Like I tried to lift my legs, but they just like wouldn't go, because my brain had me believe that if I just stand there for like a little longer, like surely that tram is gonna come back.
Yeah, so your brain had convinced yourself that I'm gonna come back, or that tram would come back and I'd be there, and I'd be like, yeah. I think for me as well, like I was, as soon as that I processed getting off the tram, I had to go into like fight or flight mode. It was like, okay, you're running on no sleep, you've been awake 30 hours, go and find your station, your coach stop. And I got to my coach stop, and I was so tired that I was actually falling asleep, stood up. And the minute I left her, I was texting her saying like just how like it was like heart-wrenching, and I genuinely have not been that upset since, I can't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. It was just it is what it is. And we had this planned anyway, so this isn't like just, oh, we're gonna co-stream it forever now. We had this planned before TwitchCon anyway. We had this idea that we'd do the story together, which is great. and nice to spend some time together as well. But yeah, I don't know.
What
that weekend
happened was
crazy.
we like I sat on the bus and he was also on the bus, and I just like we just came to realize that we're actually supposed to do this thing together that we said that we would do, as first of all as friends, and then as creators and as people who just like the same thing, who share the same goals. And then we sat there on the bus and we were like, we're supposed to sit there through this entire expansion and just like do this for hours on end because that's all we had. Like, not get mushy or upset about it or what.
Yeah, not to not feel anything. And like, I don't think we were prepared to have a weekend where we'd really got on as well as we did. Like, we were making, like, there was jokes the whole weekend that people knew how similar we were. We'd say the same thing or something. And there was this one point when we went for food in TwitchCon, if you remember, and we both went to sit down on the bench, and we both went to sit down at the same time.
Like exact same noise. And I've never heard him make this noise.
Pitch, everything. And everyone at the table was like, oh my god, you're even making the same noises. Like, it was just a really unexpected weekend, if you like. It was just really, you know, we liked each other before that, but we were like, let's just meet up in Rotterdam and see what's going to go on. And we did have opportunities there. We did have dinners booked and stuff like that. So it was going out there for some business as well. But also it was a benefit to us being able to actually go out there and meet each other anyway. But I don't think we were prepared for the rest of the weekend. Basically, we weren't ready at all.
No.
For that. And that's probably the craziest thing I've done. Like, I know there was another girl a few years ago, like Livy. You guys remember Livy? And that's probably the only time I've openly spoke about any other kind of girl that was being ongoing. But to say I acted on it and actually went out to another, to TwitchCon, fair enough, but to meet someone else, I think speaks volumes about me. Because I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't, I don't know, crazy about her.
Hi, King's Gambit.
Huge connection there. Long distance is tough. It's long distance, but it's not impossible. At the end of the day, because it's not that far. It's like a 4-ish hour flight. It's not too far away. So it's not like Australia or somewhere really stupidly far. So yeah. How did V find you the first time?
Actually, that story starts with you.
Yeah,
like almost 2 years ago.
So yeah, it was a good while ago, to be fair. So we've known each other for ages, like ages. But it was more like just mutuals rather than like we knew each other. So I think V followed me like, it must have been over 2 years ago. Like, it was a while ago. Like, it was way before. It might have been at the time when I moved in here or something like that. But definitely well over past 1 year. And it was like, I don't know how she followed me. It might be because I followed someone else and then you knew that mutual or somewhere along that line on Twitter.
No, it wasn't on Twitch. I'm going to tell you, not a secret, but I used to watch his streams on Logged Out, actually, because I knew his streams and I actually started watching him when he started doing variety. But he was like, to me, he was like a streamer to watch, where I would just like, I don't know, just like lay on the couch and like not participate in chat or anything. And I was logged out because I was watching from the PlayStation. XD, thanks so much for the follow and welcome. So I was pretty much watching everything else apart from the speedruns. But what's interesting is that before I started watching him and before I realized that I was following him on Twitter, he was in my stream. And I had no idea who he was, because at that time, he wasn't known to me, and for some reason he knew me. But he was in my World of Warcraft streams back in the day when I was trying to like catch up with like a new expansion or something. I was streaming on YouTube.
You've actually been to that stream and you've seen me chatting, haven't you? And you responded and we spoke a bit. Yeah.
And I didn't believe it. So I went to my YouTube streams, and I actually found him talking to me because I had no recollection of him talking to me. He was like, "No, I spoke to you like a year and a half ago." I was like, "No, you didn't. I would have remembered," and I didn't. So
I think I only knew you from Twitter before that, and the ironic thing is I somehow was following on Instagram, and I don't know how. Maybe it was just recommended to me, and I stuck a follow or something. But that's how I. Anyway, all I knew is I followed you on there. Oh, Welsh, thank you for the 14 months at tier 2, by the way. Thank you so much. Thank you, Welsh. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I knew you on Instagram and I knew you on Twitter, and I'd seen your like posts on Twitter, or sorry, on Instagram, like or your reels or whatever.
Posts.
So I saw them. So that's kind of like how I was seeing your content. And then that day when I did go to the WoW stream, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over, say hi, open up dialogue, just like kind of like start a conversation, and it was fine. And then that was it for a while. That went quiet for a while, and then February just gone when Rebirth was out. Like my second or third stream in, and V raided in, and even though we hadn't actually opened a proper dialogue line, I'd spoke to her on her stream, but she hadn't spoke to me in person on stream, if you like. It was weird because even though V raided in, and she goes under the name of Mom's Den, I immediately just sort of said, "Oh, hi V, welcome in," and I was like, "Wait, is it okay I call you V?" Like, because I already knew her as V, and I knew she had she had a son. I knew that she did WoW content. I knew she made 14 guides. So I knew quite a lot about her from probably just seeing the like content I'd seen on like Instagram or whatever. And then from that point, I think I visited you on your stream, and I think that's where we kind of first bonded over content creation and how.
It was FF14 stream after that. Like after I raided you with Rebirth, you were in my Shadowbringers.
Yeah. You were just stood and we were talking for a bit, and you were talking about your like your work approach towards ethic. That's the word. Your work ethic towards content creation, making videos, guides, and how we both just basically just got it. We just understood what it took or takes to be a content creator, or our mindset approach towards content creation. Like V streams literally 6 days a week. She's a mother as well. She has had 2 jobs, or a job that's also full time. So she gets it, and she's like grinding hard and just working really hard. And I respected that. And as you guys know, I'm the same way. I stream 4 days a week, and then I'm always working on videos or recordings or guides or something. So like we both kind of just was surprised at how much of our work ethic was alike. And then I think we had like in April, it was my Twitch affiliate anniversary, even though I'm a partner, but I was still like explaining that I started streaming here. And I think V came over, and I was getting quite emotional because I was like, my streaming journey is quite a personal thing.
Yeah, I started through
sharing
your anniversary.
And then you were there for that. And then I think you kind of related and resonated with how my mindset approach and stuff. I kind of just went from there. And
then another time I raided you, but I was pretty like I'm not gonna lie, I was drunk because it was my affiliate anniversary, and after that I was to be a guest on the podcast. And I remember raiding someone. This is actually quite funny. I didn't remember that I raided him until he told me like a month later. It's like, you raided me. I was like, oh wait, how did you know I was supposed to be a guest on the podcast? It's like, because you raided me and you said that you were supposed to be a guest on the podcast. I was like, I impulse raided him. So there was just something in me that like took my took my audience directly. It was Saturday, I remember. It was Saturday evening. I had my podcast stream, and I remember talking to someone. Like I raided someone because I wanted to, and I had a great time. But I was like, tomorrow morning I woke up and I was like, who the fuck did I raid? I couldn't remember. And then I'm like,
I remember you raided on over, and I was like, how was your stream? And I think you were playing, you were doing something unusual, something different on stream.
Persona 3 Smash or Pass.
That was it. Smash or Pass.
Yeah,
and then you raided on over, and I said, oh, hey, if you need to lurk and all this. And you said, I'll be here for a few minutes, but I've actually got a podcast at like 9 p.m. or whatever it was. But I've been drinking, so I'm a little bit tipsy right now. So I was like, oh, okay then. And then obviously the next time I spoke, I was like, how did the podcast go? And she's like, how do you know about this podcast? But yeah, it kind of just took off from there, and then it was, and then the rest of it is just messaging and texting each other, and now it's like, well, that's all we do.
Literally.
Now we just like, it's what we do. So before stream, we're like 3 hours before stream, 4 hours before stream, 5 hours before stream, chilling, and then stream, and then whatever we can, cramming all the time we can, right? So. Yeah, and like the thing is, we had this like conversation before like TwitchCon, because we obviously I think it was important that we had met up at TwitchCon to, you know, see what it's like in person and stuff. But I think we had a conversation of like, what's it going to be like at TwitchCon? Are we going to be like, because we both really like each other, we're probably going to like each other. So like, do we like pretend that we're not together, or are we going to be like just like holding hands subtly? Like we're just like, no, we're just going to be whatever we are. But for those who know me and for know me for a long time, I'm extremely private. I don't normally disclose my personal life. Like I mean, I talk about my personal life, but not my relationship status or who I'm seeing or who I'm texting. I'm quite private. So it's always a big step to do that.
Welcome back, Street Fog.
So.
And I'm similar because I guess now that we're talking about it openly, this is something that my community knows, and yours might not. And it's not that it matters or anything, but there was one time that I did, I guess, come out with information that I was dating someone. And I was really pressured to do that because the person who I was dating was suffering a lot of insecurities, and they didn't take kindly to me being a private person. And back then, I think I lacked a little bit of spine, and I was put into a situation that I didn't want to be in, where I was in a way forced to let people know that I am in a relationship, even though I didn't feel like I owed it to anyone. It was immature of me to even entertain the idea of listening to, you know, to someone making demands like that. But when I did, I lost more than 50% of my crowdfunding, to the point that people who were actually on my Patreon as benefactors, which were tiers of like $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that my share of the rent back then was $150 a month, that almost paid my rent. So I had people message me and say that they're pulling out on my Patreon membership because they don't want to feed my boyfriend. Other people also pulled out and said that they are pulling out because they now know that I have someone in my life who can take care of me. So I faced a lot of discrimination as a female creator, in a way that people just suddenly, I don't know, started believing that as a female content creator, I don't need to make money, or that someone else is paying for me. No one's paying anything for me. Like, I take care of myself, I take care of my child. We are alone, essentially. And nobody's ever paid for me or done anything that would make me feel like a burden or a parasite to anyone. So I just lost my...
Even when we're in TwitchCon, like whatever I spend, like if I bought us something, he was like, "No, I'm giving you my half." Like you refuse to just let me pay for you for whatever. Like, you know, if it's not like drink or whatever, it's fine. But like if it was like, oh, we paid for a taxi to go somewhere, he's like, no, I'm giving you my half. Like that's it, I'm giving you my half. So.
And that's very important for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot of. It took feeling a lot for someone to just be like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm just completely fine with the world knowing exactly where I'm at, because I'm so proud of him. Like, I'm legitimately, I'm so proud to be his girlfriend. And I'm so proud of him as a person. I'm proud of him as a content creator. And there's no way that I would let something as silly as opinions of people who believe in me as a content creator for the wrong reasons, or don't believe in me as a content creator at all
think,
for them to affect how I'm going to act online.
I think we've also helped each other in some ways, in a lot of ways, and I think over the last month or so, maybe even 2 months, you've managed to set up a lot of stronger boundaries for yourself now, which I think have helped a lot. But
And
you've
some
also
people
helped
didn't
me
like that.
No, they don't, and some people have just like straight up don't want to be around you now because you've got boundaries. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but sending you this message privately and it's just disgusting and gross is just not okay, and doesn't have to be okay. And seeing that, not that I saw these messages, but like seeing that you get these messages has made me feel so disgusted to be a man on the Twitch platform where I see what people send to random people. I see that shit and I'm like, wow.
You can,
Like some men or women.
like you, like we don't talk names, but you can mention it, like the gifts, and like it's fine.
Yeah. Like there was like we were in voice chat one night and me and her were just talking, like honestly, just innocently talking. And the next thing I see her jaw dropping, I'm thinking, what is going on? And she's like, she screenshots it and she shows me, and it's literally someone just sent her without a hello, just unsolicited, is that word? And it's just straight up a hentai gif, like
3.
sexual, like
3.
Yeah, 3 of them, yeah, and they're all moving, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I said to her, like, I think it's time to start closing off DMs to only people that you're friends with. Yeah, 3 just back to back for no reasons. That's nothing. Oh god, you get me on the rant now. There was another person who said, and I'll call out what they said, but I won't call out their name. And they were like making a joke to say like, oh, you need an extra arm between your legs and stuff like this, like saying it openly on her stream to her. And I was just like, and as someone who obviously cares for her, it's not cool with me, but also regardless if I was with her or not, you don't say that to a streamer on stream. Like that's just like crossing that line, and it's important to know that they know that. Like it's dude, so fucked up. And like I'm incredibly protective of you, V. You know that anyway, and I think that a lot of people probably saw me as maybe ultra like lovey-dovey and clingy when we were at TwitchCon, which granted I probably was, but there was also a side of protection that I wanted to do for you, and I felt it was my job to do that because you know, there's certain things that you have your own boundaries for in real life, and I wanted to make sure that they were respected, and that if there was any fear of that I'd be there to alleviate that, or to be there to help that. So yeah, you can swear, Angel, by the way, it's fine.
It was
yeah,
I for the first time I'm very comfortable with but I get being who I am on stream, doing what I do on stream, saying whatever I want to say on stream, looking the way I look on stream, and I don't think that I've ever crossed any lines or boundaries. I mean, I say a lot of shit, but like if I'm not banned for it, then it's probably fine. Neon actually started modding my channel before any of us happened. And even as a friend and as a mod and as a content creator, he's done something that no one's ever done for me as a mod. And he created for me this mental, I don't know, environment where I can be safe and can feel like my content is not being controlled by anyone. And at the same time that I can produce the content that I want, and that doesn't mean that anyone who comes into my stream or interacts with me necessarily has the same rights that I do as a streamer. So I was going through a lot of victim blaming as a content creator. So if you've been hanging around my streams and Neon streams, you'll notice that we make similar jokes, and this is something that we initially bonded over. Both of us have been dancing over some dancing around some not terms of loopholes, not terms of service necessarily, but just like we have a humor that is not widely accepted by a lot of people, but he is treated differently than me when I make the jokes. When he makes the jokes that he makes, he's treated as a content creator. He's treated like a bro. He's treated like a streamer. You know, people are laughing and whatnot. But when I say something, and I don't see why I wouldn't be the content creator that I want to be. just because I am of an opposite gender or whatever. Is that my stream going on?
You're fine.
Yeah, that's
I just
me.
was- again, yeah.
I would get people who would try to reciprocate my sense of humor in a way that they would tell me things that I'm not comfortable with. And then when I would say that I'm not comfortable with it, people go as far as to victim blame me and say, well, this is what you asked for, essentially, because you are the one making these jokes. So why can't I say these things back to you? And I always thought that that was not fair. Because similarly to how Neon is... No, you're fine. That's not nearly. That's not nearly. No. This is completely different. No. This is the things that I'm referring to. They are. That's not it.
Yeah, same marriage. Yeah. I think what you're in essence what you're basically saying is like, I could make some sort of dick joke, and it's like, ha ha ha, this guy made a dick joke. You make a dick joke, and then the guy's like, yeah, you want my dick, don't you? Like, that is the difference, and you made the same joke, which, you know, we could argue, well, don't make dick jokes and stuff, but then it's just like, well, you know, it's just a bit of humor, a bit of banter, and sometimes it just makes funny content. So, you know, and it's just being who you want to be for fun, you know.
And for some reason, I get victim blamed for not conforming to this type of behavior and being told that I'm essentially asking for it because I make the jokes that I do, which I don't think is fair.
Some people, like my community probably had no clue at all. Well, maybe I don't want to say the word no clue at all, but I bet some people when we did meet up were shocked by it because we're not like openly stating, like putting a label on things, and like, why do I don't need to explain my private life with anyone, and neither does V. So yeah, sure, it maybe was a shock for some people when we met up that we were, you know, together, but I still haven't even tweeted to like confirm.
But why would you? Like, why do we owe it to anyone?
Yeah, who am I explaining myself to? I don't need to
know
do
that
yeah.
to people.
Yeah. It's not between them, it's between us, right? So.
But for some reason, not only am I a content creator, you are also, and like for some reason, people think that there's like now double entitlement to all this information. Like we make a lot of jokes. That doesn't mean that we necessarily share anything. Like for all one knows, they might all be jokes because we're just making content. Literally, at the end of the day,
or just close friends or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, if we were just friends, no one could stop us from making these jokes either. So it would have been fine. We wouldn't be letting anyone down by making jokes that are misleading, because who do we own the explanation to?
Exactly. And like, to go back to like the leaking of the DMs, like it doesn't bother me because like at the end of the day, at some point or another, whether it's me, you, or the next person listening, you're gonna have that moment with someone, and maybe that's not you, and that's okay. But it's not completely unknown that it's just me and V2B having those conversations. Like it's gonna happen, and there was nothing. There's nothing there. It's not like a dick pic or any other like crazy things. Not like a phone number there or a address there or something. Like, you know, we're not that silly. So no. Yeah, obviously I didn't mean to do it, but I wasn't like so protective, like it was my bank details or something. So
no, it's fine. No, it was honestly, we were both making a little bit of a joke because at the end of the day, we know where to keep private messages. Like Discord can be leaked at any time because we switch between scenes at any time. So we know that like whatever happens on Discord has the potential to to pop out at any time, and that's fine.
Like I'm in a stream right now on my phone. So if I wanted to message her or something, like I can message, and sometimes it's just like communicating, like, oh, should we have a break soon? Should we do this? And we're not like running off for breaks all the time. We literally just try to make sure that people don't miss the stream with ads, especially in Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
So joked about a fake proposal and fake saying yes, fake marriage.
I'll be right back.
Oh, really? Mum's yeah, no worries. We joked about a fake proposal, Mum's Queen, and fake saying yes, fake marriage and yes. Oh wait, as in like people thought you and them were getting together, or he proposed with Nuggets and people thought that you were actually like getting together. Is that what you mean? I presume that's what you mean. J Storms, it's going really good so far. We're really enjoying it. We're taking our sweet time because, like, honestly, you only play through the MSQ once, or you don't, but you only play through the MSQ for the first time once, is what I meant. So we're not rushing. We've done a little bit of progress today. We would have done more if we could have started earlier, which we wanted to, but there was a maintenance. So, but it's going really good, and we're really enjoying more than anything. We really love the fights together at the moment, like doing the trials and the dungeons together is super fun. And we haven't actually, believe it or not, played a lot of 14 together, so doing these dungeons and fights and stuff as essentially as a couple is really nice. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the doggo's called Ango. Yeah, so,
he's also very protective.
V's doggo. Yeah, that is I'm very loving. More loving than me, look. Actually, it's probably on this part. If that was me, it's probably me. Yeah, nice to share the experiences. Yeah, and it's kind of nice because, I guess it makes us feel a bit closer that we're able to be together in a game because we can't be together in real life right now. So.
And it's just nice to be able to,
Yeah, exactly,
be in a game with.
yeah.
Can you please stop licking my entire face?
Sorry, darling. Oh, okay. The dog.
I wish. Anyway.
You could troll your community, Mog, and get married in 14. I found out that yeah, you can get married in 14.
Yeah.
You get a ring married, and I think you can teleport to your partner's ring. Is that right? I think Kiraga has that. I think so, yeah.
I tried to get your wife to play. I see. No, I mean,
yeah.
People like there are some things probably that I like that Neon doesn't, and vice versa.
Really?
Like that we won't do together.
Mm.
But it is nice to to wake up in the morning and to be able to work, and to just sit there and see him working in Discord as well. So just like spend a few hours working on videos.
Yeah.
It is nice to be accepted as a parent and to feel safe sharing my environment that I don't share with anyone else. Neon has seen my child, no one else has.
He's great.
And it just feels nice to to have this sort of environment and not have to hide it because I feel accepted. And then we can also do this, stream together, play Final Fantasy 14 together. So there's just like a lot of things that we can do together.
Like this morning, it was like we both woke up, both texted each other, both got a coffee, both went onto Discord, and this is like, what time was this morning, V? Like 9? 8? I don't even know.
I don't know, it was 8 or so.
Yeah, like 8, 9. So we jump on Discord, and it's not just like like flirting or whatever. Like, I think the flirting stage is done, guys. I don't think we need to flirt anymore. But like, we both literally just logged into Discord and just got on with work. Like, I made that video. I posted a short video, guys. It's like a 1.5-minute video of just me and V going in 14 and just reacting. I'm not posting lovey-dovey stuff, but I loved our reactions to it. So I thought that was really nice. We're working on some other videos too, my own videos, and V's working on her own. V's always working and doing videos. So I think what V just said, basically, I'm going to repeat here, but being able to log into Discord or both be in chat with our morning coffee, and yes, we're still spending time together because we're literally across the screen to each other, but being able to jump on and still continue to do work, like or making thumbnails or editing a video or writing down ideas and stuff is really cool. So no, you always gotta keep flirting. I think I'm not saying the flirting's not entirely there. There's always like a little bit of like a riz. Do you know what I mean? There's always a bit of attraction.
But these days, you'll have to forgive us. These days
Yeah.
have been a little sad. So we got sad in shifts. Like one day it's me, and then it's him, and then it's me again, and then it's been a very, very tough
Tough week.
yes, it's been a very
Tough
hard
week,
week, and I know we don't show it on stream. On stream, like we really do try with content, like we mess around, but like someone's always crying after the stream. It's been a hard week.
How you doing, Fiat? How you doing? Welcome in.
Yeah, Street Hop fan. I did post that video, and I actually had so much fun editing that dungeon video. I think I finished it this morning, if that's the one that you're referring to. And G Storms, thank you. That really means a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully, with whatever your personal plans are, you'll be able to do something soon together soon. We have got a plan, but we're slowly working on it.
Holy shit! King's Gambit, thank you so much for 400 bits!
Inspiring to hear your story. I feel hopeful about
Wow, that's a lot of bits. Thank you, Gambit. Holy shit.
Thank you so much.
400 bits.
Jesus. And honestly, what you said is really heartwarming. Like, if we're not machines, right? We're content creators. That doesn't mean that we're not people. And we're just having a really, really hard time. And I know that, like, people might be, you know, sitting here wanting to, you know, to watch Final Fantasy XIV, but it's just so difficult to not talk about this. My community is like my other family to me, and like, how do I hide these things? You know?
I mean, in a sense, I wasn't even hiding it. It's just I'm not saying it. But I don't think I needed to say it. I mean, even before TwitchCon, I think people had an idea that was something going on. And if you didn't, then you haven't been around enough, really. I don't think we were hiding it very well. And V was around quite often and stuff. So, but like someone mentioned the other day, like, oh, well, you know, where's a VIP badge? And I'm like, I don't think V's bothered about like some.
V
badge
doesn't
or,
want
like,
to attract attention.
I also don't think I need to give her like a badge of something. Like it doesn't matter. And like she's essentially not just modding, but she's essentially doing so many other things behind the scenes, and I don't mean dirty stuff. I mean, she's doing so many things behind the scenes that really like help me, which is really nice. Like even down to like my social media game, which is shit, just encouraging me there and stuff like that. So these comments were revealing. That's the thing. That's what she was saying earlier, though. Because of her humor on stream, you could read her comments as like, "Oh, is she serious?" Or it could be, "Oh, or is it obvious?" Yeah.
One could think that I'm just there, just trolling everyone, just messing around. Like it wasn't. I didn't feel like anything that I ever said had to be taken seriously, because I say a lot of dumb shit.
Oh, and the amount of times we both put our foot in it anyway.
Like, and we always do it before, just after we say that we won't. So
yeah, we're like, we won't say this, and then this next year was like, well, actually, yeah, we're getting married, or something like this. You know, like it's crazy. We're not getting married, by the way, guys. Don't take a reaction to it. But like that's what we're both like, and we always both joke about it, say, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. They know, and we're like always laughing about it. But yeah, it was good. Because a lot of my community know that I haven't really been with anyone since 2020, like early 2020, as you guys will know. So, and I've just kind of kept to myself, just worked on myself, and just put my head in work, and just worked and worked and worked. Speedrunning. Back when I was like working full time, it was like I was speedrunning 4 days a week. Sorry, 3 days a week,
now,
and then
right?
working 4 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not getting married. Why'd you go quiet when I said that? No,
you went quiet. What?
No, I didn't go quiet. I said we're not getting married, and you went quiet.
Well, we're not.
Now they think.
No, they think that we're hiding something.
That is my ring. That is my ring. Don't be.
I don't understand why marriage is so important. I was married. Wow, you know how much?
You don't want to marry me, V? You don't want to marry me? Wow. I'm just joking. I'm just putting you on the spot.
No, like I said, I was married, and getting divorced was nothing but a hassle. It's like I'm not as sensitive about marriage as you might think a woman would be.
Yeah,
holy shit, was it annoying.
Yeah, you've done a lot in life. You've been married, you've been divorced, you've got a kid, right? So,
I'm fine. I'm just chilling.
yeah.
Like, people do ask a lot about what we're gonna do,
I mean, it's so messy.
when we're gonna see each other, what the plan is. And we don't owe anyone any explanations, but I do tend to explain some things to my community that actually did affect me. There was a big thing. Do you know what? I'm just gonna say it. This time I'm gonna put my foot in it. It's like, okay, what's she gonna say? No,
We're killing up.
so up until recently, I had a roommate. I can tell that story, right?
You can tell this story, yeah.
I had a roommate, and for the longest time, we lived together. But the detail that my community didn't know is that is the person who I used to date, and it was extremely difficult for both of us at that point, since we lived in an apartment that was more expensive than either of us could afford. It was very difficult for him to go and for me to stay in this apartment. So we lived as roommates for a very long time. So when Neon and I started getting involved, I was still in a situation where I'm living with my roommate / ex-boyfriend. And at that point, we'd already been broken up for months. And it was a very awkward situation to the point that I was supposed to go to TwitchCon with that man. I had, we had stuff booked way before, like as soon as TwitchCon was announced and whatnot. At that point, we were broken up. At that point, we were already not together. But he wanted to travel, since he's not from here. He wanted to see Europe. And I needed someone to share my expenses for TwitchCon. So we already booked all of this, knowing that we're not together. But things have started...
hotel, everything.
Yes, everything. So things have started escalating over time in a very bad way. To the point that I probably would have just ended up paying for everything on my own, had Neon not become a part of my life. But he did. And that was the point in my timeline when I decided that I have to live alone. That the time has come for me to absolutely have to live alone. What's happening?
Oh, sorry. Angel posted a DM here. It's just a picture of us, look. I can see if I can... Does it show? It doesn't show.
No.
That's all it is.
I can't see it.
It's just a picture of us. He was sending me something. That's all. Anyway.
So it was a very difficult situation, and now I guess for the first time I live alone, and it's a very difficult situation for me because I suddenly am facing I'm still in that very expensive apartment. I'm still doing content full time, and I'm still struggling. But I'm happier because I can, for the first time, move on with my life. The only problem is basically sitting in this apartment alone with my child and having to figure it out. But that's better than being in a situation that I was in. So that's my difficult side of the story. Neon has his own. We all have something. So... And the Dogo, yeah.
The thing is, I remember when you were still planning on going with him, or not planning on going with him, but that it was booked and that you were both going still. And I remember you were talking to me and you were like, "Dude, I'm going with him," and you're like,
he's like, "That's not happening."
I don't want to go. Like, I really don't want to go. And like I say, you ended up pulling a few strings, blah 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 blah, and the opportunity to go there was good. And ironically enough,
I chose.
Yeah. Ironically enough, it was that you had business plans out there, and then you're like, you know, you can come as my +1 and all this. So not only were we obviously more interested in just seeing each other anywhere, but also and spending time together, but also it was like we have like business opportunities here, which we took the opportunities of, and you know, we had a really good weekend. Like from like quote unquote business standpoints, like it was really good. When it comes to you know, us and building well, more than just you know, this online attraction, it went really well, and I met a lot of these friends on the Saturday. Like a lot of your friends, some mutuals, but a lot of them were new and I'd never met them. And then on the Sunday, that's when we ended up meeting a lot of like my friends and my community. But I was overwhelmed as fuck on Sunday because I legitimately was saving my phone, my battery life. So I was going on flight mode because there was only like one charger in our room, and we had like a kettle boiling. We had V's phone charging, then it was something else going on, and sometimes we were out of the hotel room during the day, so I couldn't charge my phone. So I would preserve my battery by putting it on flight mode. And then on the Sunday, honestly, it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I went, oh shit, it's still on flight mode, turned it on, and I got flooded. And I mean flooded. I tried to not overwhelm V with like, I've got so many people I have to meet. And like, I got a message from Gags, I got the email from Kofi Gags, I got DMs from Nico asking me about the bar, Andy Lippy, Eleanor was around, which I couldn't even meet in the end, which I was really, really sad for.
And he was very concerned because
and I didn't
of
want to
autism, because
you.
of yeah.
Yeah, because like V has autism and can get like a bit overstimulated when she's in large crowds and large people. So I thought, oh shit, like I said to her, we'll try to meet them one by one or 2 people at a time, which didn't work out because I was like, oh, someone messaged me and I said, let's go meet them first. We'll meet them at the meet and greet area because it's just an easy way to say meet and greet, and that's where we're meeting. And then one person came over, then another, and before you know it, there was about 8 or 9 of us. And then I had still Eleanor to messaging me saying they were outside, and it was really hard to like not step away from everyone but guiding 10 people what was going on. Then Dip Sauce came along, and then Dutchie was here, and then Nathan came over, which is fine, I'm not like dissing anyone coming over. And I was trying to like, I was like subconsciously watching V and making sure she wasn't getting over. So it was a very quite stressful time, but I don't have no regrets meeting anyone, of course, but it was very stressful in that regard because I was also concerned for her.
And I was fine. I was fine.
Get overstimulated.
He was there and I was fine.
So I think at this case, what we're gonna do is with the PC fund, get the PC fund together, and then rather than buying a pre-built one or buying and building my own here, I'm thinking of doing is going out to Serbia, to V's place, stay there a while and get the PC built there, because it's a lot cheaper over there, and V has some sort of experience in building one because I don't. So that's kind of the plan at the moment, and you can get a lot more for your money out there, right, V? You might be a better person to explain that, but that's the plan.
Like PC or in general?
Well, everything really. Rent, food is cheaper, and but in general for the PC fund,
is the comparison. Like for this apartment, that like the overall price of the rent for this apartment is 350 euros. That's like 300 pounds, I guess.
Yeah.
My share was 150 pounds a month.
Just
as an example.
Bills or anything, or
no, bills are overall bills here, like for like an entire apartment, internet, phones, and everything, £100 tops. Overall. Food, I spend £50 every 2 weeks.
Snooze,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit of a comparison.
So that's the plan at the moment. I don't know how long I'll go out there for. but that's what I think. That makes me cry, right? Well, Moment Screen, when I was living on my own, just my rent alone, and in a really cheap place, my rent was £550, right? So I would be paying nearly, well, not quite nearly, but like more than V. Basically paying rent and food for what V plays, what V pays. And also, are you in how many bedrooms is the place you're in?
1 bedroom, living room,
Yeah.
and a kitchen, and a hallway,
Yeah.
and a balcony.
Yeah.
For £300.
Yeah.
That's the. I don't know how much that is in the UK, but that's how much it is.
So that's kind of the plan, and I think that makes sense with the PC fund. So basically, once a PC fund gets done, I'll look at going out there for a bit. I don't know how long for. I'm not going to go like 9 months or something crazy. But you know, maybe a few weeks or something, or something. And then that way I can work out there, right? I'll stream out there. So that would be the plan. So I could build a PC there, stream from there. I can still do speedruns, 14 and stuff like that, and still do that out there while I'm out there. And then go from there, basically. I think that's a good plan. I don't know what you guys think.
I think
Not
so.
that I need your approval, but I think that's a smart plan. And also it means I get to get more bang for my buck for money, because you ended up paying, how much did you end up paying for your PC? Which is a beast of a PC now.
$2,000.
How much?
$2,000.
$2,000, which is exactly what we got up here, so. €857 Moment Screen, yeah.
1,400
Yeah.
a month for rent USD for a studio. Oh god.
Yeah. Yo, I got the ban. Let's go. I'm famous. Oh, we both banned him. Oh, I removed the ban. You can't see this, I don't think, V, but in my chat.
I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, well, thank you for the donation. Holy shit. Oh, thank you. Oh, shit, I wasn't expecting a donation. How would 13 something? Thank you. I didn't see who it was because it was behind V's cam.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for the donation. Holy shit, thank you. What does that put us at? 1109.76, 72.
Thank you.
No, it did, Gags. It glitched for me too. So what actually happened, Gags, is the bot came in, Moment Screen banned. I clicked ban on the guy, so I removed the ban, and then Gags banned. So it's literally Moment Screen ban, unban, ban. That was fucking hilarious.
So Street Hawk fan is asking something, and I'm gonna take a big risk here, and answer this question at the cost of putting my foot in it.
All right.
You already okay? That's already an approval from your face.
You got this.
So, okay.
You got this. You got
But
this.
you have to ship the PC back home, Neon. So the thing is, we would hope that he wouldn't.
I'm hoping that if I build a PC out there in Serbia, that I wouldn't need to ship it back. Maybe. And the reason why I'm making that decision, which is a really hard decision, because it means I'm going to be staying out there permanently. I mean, I'd travel back for family, of course. And like me, Gags, and James and all this meet up like once or twice a year anyway. So obviously I'll go fly out and see him, and I want to bring V here at some point and show her. But it would make sense, because at the end of the day, V's got a kid who's in education. Do you mind me saying how old he is?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, 5 years old, in education. Doesn't make sense for me to bring V and her boy over here and start in education again. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And I'll be honest here, I'm putting my whole life on the table here, so people don't know what I have. I'm telling you what I have. I don't have a job. Like, I don't have a job like tying me down, right? I don't have that. Oh my god, thank you for the donation again. Oh my god. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Wait, don't go anywhere. What was it?
I can see it behind my camera.
I didn't see it. I see 1337 again. I'll read it in a second. I'll catch up on that in a moment. Thank you for the donations. I'll read that in a second. Oh, was it £18? Thank you. Oh, shit. Dude, thank you so much, guys. So yeah, she's got a kid that's in education. V can't actually leave the country or come to the UK anywhere because it's like a tax thing going on. It's really weird anyway. And honestly, what I have is I don't have a full-time job. I mean, other than Twitch, but like I don't have a full-time job. I don't have a mortgage. I'm not married. I don't have kids. And honestly, I live with my parents. I have a storage container. This is, people know this, like my community know this, but for those who don't know me, I have a storage container that literally contains my life, that I have legitimately been a little bit depressed about the last year or so, thinking I'll never see my belongings ever again.
Because of the way put the alert under the camera, under my camera.
I will. Sorry, I was just...
Sorry.
Yeah. Alert under the camera. Yeah. It's because it's behind your camera. I'll do it really quick. And I'll catch up with donos in a minute. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Should be done. So yeah, and there's ads in 50 seconds. So I was trying to like quickly talk. So I've got my storage container that's full of my belongings. It's not very big, and it's really sad to see all my belongings in a storage container. Like literally, that's my life. Like everything I've earned, everything I've built up, that is it there. I have a sofa that I haven't seen for 2 years. I have my bed, my own bed. I've not seen that in 2 years. I have my dad's TV from when he passed away that I've not seen in 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, my dad passed away in 2019. I have my dad's ashes in a storage container, and I've not even you know, done the right thing there. So, you know, I basically, bottom line is I have nothing to lose by going out there. And if it doesn't work for whatever reason, it doesn't work, right? I can come back home or something. So I think it makes logical sense. I can't let you know. Sorry, guys. My ads are playing now, by the way, V.
Okay.
What would happen to the cat? I'd get the cat taken out there. For the few weeks I'm out there, like, you know, building a PC, I'm not going to take her out there for 3 weeks and then that's it or something. I don't think so. Or maybe I do. I don't know yet. And I need to get her some like vet passport and stuff. But then when I do go out there and I'm staying out there, I'll bring her with me. So I'll definitely take my cat for sure. Yeah. Would you move what you own to move to Serbia or sell? I'd probably sell. No, it's not a secret, no. No, I'd probably sell some stuff. Like, I don't need my sofa when I move out there. And I'm not going to get much for it anyway. I could probably sell my bed. I don't know how that works. I wouldn't. I'm hoping I don't need a bed if, you know, like, if you know, V's got a bed. And I hope she doesn't mind that I sleep in that bed with her. So, no, I don't need my bed. And there's a few other belongings, stuff I could probably sell. I don't have a lot, guys. I really don't. I have loads of nerdy games and like gaming guides. Like, I don't own a lot, guys. I really, really don't. All the stuff in this room I have, it was thanks to you guys. Like, honestly, genuinely. The keyboard and mouse I have here, I'm pretty sure it was Karaga who donated like a year and a bit ago. They were from them. My Stream Deck was from my ex, but like my mug warmers from Pezza. The light behind me, which isn't on right now, is from Scott. My mini fridge here is from Gorilla Radio, guys. Dudes, I don't buy expensive clothes. I don't splash out. Whatever money I get, I'm not saving it. I'm not some rich millionaire. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. That is the life I've chosen. And I'm aware of that. I'm 37 years old. I don't know. I didn't think I'd meet another person.
And I'm fine with that. I would have him with the clothes on his back, with a cat in one hand and a PC in another. That's it.
Don't mess up when you sleep on the couch. True. It would be odd if V didn't mind you sleeping with her in the bed. Exactly. So I wouldn't need my bed, is what I'm trying to say, yeah. So I'd probably sell that, yeah. Makes perfect sense to me. It does make me happy since a few months ago you said, when will my life begin? I did say that. But she actually remembers that. It was a really nice point. That I did say something, V, a few months back. This is obviously before we got like really serious, or even before we really started, you know, properly talking. But I got to a point where I was depressed, which was about that, Dutchie, which is about my storage being in belongings and me being 37 and living at home with my parents. And like I'm thinking, like, God, when does my life begin? Like when, like I'm still living with my parents. Like when will that happen? And yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous. It's really hard, right? It's gonna be a
And I feel guilty. It's hard not to.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go out to Serbia and basically learn the language, right? Which I'm not unfamiliar with learning a language since my ex was also not from England. So I think I would pick up things really quick anyway. But yeah, I'd be back to the UK. I definitely don't want to, go for years and years. I have 2 other real life friends who I used to work with that don't know about this either. So I'm a very private person, but I would love to still meet up with Gags and James and all that good stuff. So.
And you have the Rebirth event that you're going back to anyway.
The Rebirth event. Me and V are already we already know about the Rebirth event, and one thing is we're still going to the Rebirth event. Oh, I'm going. To the Rebirth event. I want V to come, but V can't because England's stupid. So, Steve was like, with anything in his right hand.
I mean.
And then he's like, sorry, I'm being crude at the moment. You're fine, Steve.
You know where you are. You're fine.
Yeah. And I think this isn't exactly, and I don't mean to sugarcoat this or add the extra layer to make you feel sorry for me, like I found love or whatever. But it's gonna be a really rough ride and very nerve-wracking for me because I'm and I haven't even told my parents, by the way, so they probably find it out accidentally now. I haven't told them yet, but I think that's what we're gonna do, and I think that's probably the smartest thing to do at the moment. So it's stupid because
they're craziest, but
I'm not even going to dabble into it, but it's basically going to be the long story short of it is that when V tried to come over for CupoCon, which I was really sad that I couldn't meet you at CupoCon.
Oh yeah, we didn't even tell them about that.
Yeah,
you tried to raise me at CupoCon, but I didn't show up.
I actually was gonna speak to V in February at CupoCon, but couldn't make it because it's a tax thing basically. I'm not gonna get into the details, but it's basically a tax thing. Yeah. So. And
then he tweeted. Actually, that's how I ended up rating him, because a few days before I rated him, when he was playing Rebirth, he tweeted at me on Twitter, which he never uses. He's like, "Oh, V, I was so looking forward to seeing you at CupoCon. I'm so sorry that we won't get to talk or whatever." And I was like, "How the fuck does this guy who I watch know who I am?" And that's how I went to his stream for the first time.
And I because you were going to CupoCon, I thought this is the perfect opportunity to meet this girl whose Instagram I've been staring at for months on end and not knowing her personally. And I put my foot in it, it's fine. And I was just like, so I was looking at this, this girl here, V's Instagram here for months on end, nothing stupid, just looking and going, oh, who's this girl? I like her, but I don't know her. But what is she about? Is she, and wondering, this sense of wondering who this was. And then when I saw her in V changed her name on Twitter to be V at CupoCon soon or whatever, with the plane sign or whatever. So I knew that she was coming to CupoCon. I was really excited, thinking, God, maybe I can meet her there and speak to her. And anyway, long story short, you didn't end up going. And obviously, I found out when I was there that you weren't there. Afterwards, when I came back, that's when I tweeted and said I was really gutted, but will you maybe come in? Because so yeah, even back then I was looking at trying to talk to her. So
I thought that was really sweet, and that's how I ended up rating him. And later on, we went and we watched the footage of watched the footage of what I said. What I said before I rated him. I basically said to my community, okay, listen, I'm gonna need you to stay on Twitch for another couple of minutes so that we can raid out. There's someone who I wanna make friends with, so stay here, help me make a friend, and we're gonna raid someone who I've never raided and who I've never spoken to, and now is my chance to speak to them. So that's how we raided. And then I raid, and he's in sub mode, and I'm holding my credit card, and I'm okay, I'm gonna subscribe so that I can talk to him. And then at that point, Omni is gifting me a sub so that I can talk.
We literally just told Omni about that the other day, that if it weren't for Omni that stream gifting her a sub, that would have
I would have still subscribed. I would have still...
Yeah.
But you didn't know that.
Yeah. And we actually have been back. I've been back to her stream to see what she said about me because, you know, I'm like, did she like me? What did she say about me? How did she speak about me? What did she say? And V was just really lovely. She was like, oh, help me make a friend today. You know, we've got a good number of people today. I feel good about this. Let's go over, say hello, drop a lurk if you need to. And then we watched my stream where I accepted it. And straight away, that's when I was like, oh, hi, V. Like, how's it going? Like, oh, I lurk your streams sometimes. And I know that you do content. And, you know, Steve, I will say thank you for the 1337 twice, by the way. So thank you so much for that. I think it was 1337 times 2 because it says it here. So thank you for that, Steve. Thank you. So yeah, in order to move forward, for now it's the PC fund, which I will just want to bring back up one more time and say that we will work towards those the incentives. V is actually going to help me come up with some.
Are you gonna tell them about tomorrow?
We can tell him in a second, yeah. So basically, I have some incentive ideas, and because I want to always give back to the best quality and really show my thank you. I mean, this is like a lot of money we're asking here. So because I always want to make sure that what I'm giving back is 110%, I'm not happy with the incentive ideas I've got because I don't think it's good enough for you guys. And I mean that. I'm not like, I could just choose, oh, I'll do FF7, you know, speed. Like I could do that shit, but dude, I do that shit every week, right? So how about I do something crazy, something silly, something fun and, you know, exciting and something that people would want to see. So I have these ideas. I'm somewhat happy with them, but I'm not quite happy with them. And I think me and V are going to sit down tomorrow and we're going to plan some better incentives.
I just want to help. That's
some
it.
tweaks. Yeah. V just wants to help with giving back as best I can, and it's still going to be the same thing. It'll be every £250 raised. We unlock an incentive. We've done one already. I did a horror game, and yes, I put up a donation goal so people can not donation goal, donation sound effects so people can scare me. But that obviously still worked towards a PC goal. So every £1, it was like a jump scare. We'll work on some more stuff, and again, once I get 2,000. Then me and V can actually look at me going out to Serbia. And I don't know if this is a time restraint here. There isn't a time restraint for you guys, but for me. But the sooner it gets done, the sooner I'm going to try and get out there. But I do need to come back by the end of September for the Rebirth event. I might spend a few days here, catch up with family, and then if things are... I'm sure I'll know by that point that things are going well, that I'll be looking at just going out there, like, permanently. I'll just stay out there for a bit. I also think, and I hope it's okay to say this, by the way, but it does also mean that I might jeopardize myself in some way because a lot of opportunities with like companies might be UK based, right? So I'm also preparing for the fact that I might not get those similar opportunities because I'm living in Serbia or will be living in Serbia. But I believe that me and her can still have opportunities, and I can still fly out there for opportunities if need be. You know, we both support each other, and we'd do that if we could. So, but that's like a side thing, and they're very few and far between these opportunities. So I think I know what I'd choose if I could choose an opportunity or my partner. I think I know what I would choose. So yeah, I think it'll be fine, Dutchy, as well. Yeah. So. Yeah, we already thought about doing It Takes Two and stuff like that moments ago.
Well, I have it. I've just never finished it.
And
I don't have anyone to finish it.
So, but I would like to do that if people would like to see that. I don't want to do that and be like, yeah, I don't want people going, oh my god, they're playing together again. Like, I would want
like
it
you've
to be
seen a lot of me already.
Yeah.
So if you don't like me, I want to get out of your face.
So I could do a vote, and people can just vote. Or we could do something in 14 together. Like we already thought about, like, doing these like streams. Maybe stream it, maybe not stream it. So, but we're thinking of ideas. We've got so many ideas, V. I'm not even going to disclose them because people are not ready for our ideas. I tell you, they're really, really not. And I don't mean in terms of like, V's always going to be on my channel. I'm always going to be on hers. Nothing like that. But just generally bashing ideas together. We've got loads. And I've never been more excited. Yeah, Hand Simulator would be a really good moment screen. I love that. Yeah, I think it'll. I think that's the only thing that's stopping us is
I sent him get married in 14. We unironically can't.
you can't get married in 14.
Well, we can't because we're in different worlds and we both own a house and an FC and everything. That's
Hi,
difficult.
Apple. Makes more things interesting. Yeah, I mean, if there are ideas for content, you'll probably see them.
Yeah. Sooner
but
rather
yeah,
than later because we can't stop ourselves. Like we start off with like an idea and then like it's already escalating and you'll get to see it sooner than we thought.
Probably sooner than you thought, yeah. I'm doing really well, Batpool. Thanks for popping on in. I don't know how much we'll get of 14 done now, so
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
No, maybe we'll just chat for like another half hour, 40 minutes or something, but this is nice.
I think it is.
Plus, the streamers you have to reveal all. True. And I want to leave some ideas. We've got some good ideas.
Yeah. They're
I've got
really good.
behind the scenes that people don't know about. And like, legitimately, people might just think I'm saying it, but why would I just say that? Like, we actually have got really good ideas. Whether they're all going to work is another question, but they might work, and you guys might see it and like it. So,
Can I just take 1 minute of your time to just gush about him a little bit? Like I just have to say it. I'm so proud of him. Like you do not know how proud I am of him. And it's not even about how he treats me or how he is as a content creator, like as a person with an enormous potential to just make so many good things happen. I'm just lost for words. I'm just so happy to have him in my life, and I'm just so proud.
thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, we started late because there was maintenance on our game today. Anyway, we did a few hours. We've done a story.
Yeah,
we did a trial,
we
so
did.
we've done something. But
Yeah.
today was our last full day of doing this. So now it'll be basically not sporadic. 'Cause it's the wrong word, but me and Vila have to work together when we can continue the MSQ together. And I'm not going to continue it without her because when I start something with her, I want to finish it with her. I've got to finish. Sorry, that was a bad joke. It was a bad joke towards the end.
That was a
wasn't it?
joke?
That was a oh.
I didn't
no.
think that as a joke. No.
That wasn't a joke. No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, also you have to just, you don't have to, but I wish you would, understand that we haven't taken a day off since we came back from TwitchCon. We are fucking tired. Fucking tired. It was so nice to, it was so nice to, to have all these days just basically come off of the bus and immediately jump into streaming, but we have not had a day off. Like, you can hear my voice. Like, my voice has just been dead since I came back from TwitchCon. I am collapsing.
Yeah, because people might think, oh, you didn't stream Tuesday. I got back Tuesday morning. V got back Wednesday morning and streamed Wednesday, Dawn Trail. And we've done Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today. Tomorrow is normally my streaming day. I'm taking tomorrow off. We actually haven't had a day off. We did. So to put into perspective, and we're not saying boo-hoo, feel sorry for us. My last day off was Tuesday before TwitchCon. So then I did Wednesday, Thursday stream, and Thursday night I was traveling. I got the coach at midnight, got there Friday night because it was 24 hours. Then we had TwitchCon Saturday and Sunday night. Stayed up all day Sunday night. Traveled back Monday morning, which took me another full day. Got back Tuesday morning. I rested for most of that day on Tuesday, but because she was traveling back, I refused to sleep while she was traveling. So I stayed up to keep her company while she was on the coach back. Stayed up that entire Tuesday. Then we went to bed about midnight-ish, 1 o'clock in the morning for you when you got back to your hometown and stuff. And then we both went to sleep then. So we slept. What day is that? Oh fuck.
I don't know. Too many sunsets and sunrises that we've seen.
We slept Monday morning, and then we got up, and then at 11 o'clock in the morning we did Dawn Trail for 9 hours. Then we did the same on Thursday, Friday, and then today.
And my
1 hour. 1 hour.
And my 1 hour time difference. And my last day off was Sunday before TwitchCon. So 1 week before TwitchCon. That is the last day that I didn't stream.
bearing in mind you're a mother, you know, so you're looking after your kid at the same time. You're streaming and all this. So you had your hair to get done, like you had your hair done before you came.
Imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I took
we're gonna
3
take it
hours
out
for
tomorrow.
myself. I took 3 hours for myself. And this is being brought up. What?
And I just want to like clarify, and then V will back me up here, like, because me and V are together. I'm saying this because like people maybe don't hear it yet, and I do this because some people maybe don't think that yet. Content's not changing. I'm still going to be speedrunning. I'm still going to do all that. I haven't done speedrun because it's Dawn Trail. V knows I'm going to be doing speedrunning. She's doing SMT5, which is Shin Megami Tensei 5, and she's doing Persona 4. And obviously, we're doing FF14 at the moment. So, but content will change because, like, obviously Dawn Trail is out. But speedruns will still continue, and I'm still going to be doing them when I move over there. So, but yeah, we've got a plan in place. But the PC fund has to happen first because I can't go out there and drag this broken ass PC out there, and then it's just not gonna work.
I told him that like it is my opinion that his old PC should stay in the UK for whenever he visits so that he could work. I just
that's
think that
SMNT. No. You continue. You continue.
No, I just like there's no way for the PC to go like back and forth with you. Like it's not safe. And
risky.
You can and this way you can like visit and work.
And not to sound awful, but if we didn't remarkably work out while I'm out there, I got the PC built and I'll be bringing it back with me.
And you're gonna have more value for your
I'll have
money.
more value out of it. Even if we didn't work out, so I'll be coming back home here and setting up the PC. So it's kind of it's a no-brainer, basically. Sorry, my music stopped, so I was getting distracted.
No, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. And it does mean a lot to say these things because we didn't come to the stream today thinking that we were going to talk about this. We actually legitimately, honestly did not. And a lot of these things, like, to be honest, a lot of these things were communicated internally, like, oh, well, now that we're talking about it, can we say this? Should we say this? Like, we have messaged each other a few times during the day to just confirm that it is okay to talk about something, so we didn't have a plan in place or anything.
We didn't intend the stream to be talking about this at all.
And it is only thanks to you.
To the PC goal whenever, and then just done it and then told you about it. Yeah. But
it is thanks to you and your understanding and your reception and the way you've been supportive and not judgmental towards this insane thing that's been happening. Like, only thanks to that did we even feel at all that we can talk about these things. Will the Dogo be okay with a new cat? The Dogo, I don't think he cares about a lot of things for as long as he gets to sit here. I think Neon is the problem, much more so than the cat. Because this boy, look at him.
That guy is getting my girl, dude, so many times.
Look at this boy.
Dude, that guy over there. He has more action than I do.
Look at him.
Yeah, pets should. I think, V, you have a dog, a son, and
a mouse.
And a mouse. And then soon to be a cat.
It's like a Tom and Jerry family.
I mean, my cat is all like neutered and stuff, or spayed as they call it for a cat. So she's spayed, so she's fine. But she will need some injections and stuff from the vets before traveling. So I'll need to look at the cost of that, but I'll do my best to sort out and afford and stuff.
Yeah, this dog does not like it when I get cuddles of any kind.
I'm not booking a flight next week, remarkably, but I'm not gonna lie and say that it's fucking like there's nothing I want to do more than to just book a flight and go out there and see her. Like, it's killing me, but I'm sure it'll make her stronger in the end. Need a cat passport? Yeah, they call it a vet passport, I think they're called. They normally cost between, from what I've googled, £100 to £300. Depends on what they need. And maybe it depends on where they're going and all that good stuff, so. People, personally, I didn't want to pry into what your relationship was. The main thing for me was that you're both happy and enjoying. One thing I will just say, and I'm not trying to plant seeds to make it look like anything, but I hope to some degree that people can see that I've been much happier. For those that have been tuning in most days, like more smiling, more happier, maybe even more confident, maybe whatever. I hope that's appeared obvious. And I think looking back at some old footage here and there, not to say I wasn't happy or it was some like, mask or whatever, because I'm nothing but genuine. Dutchie met me in person. Moments Green has met me in person. Gags has met me in person. Obviously, V's met me in person. I'm the same dude on camera, but internally, I hope you guys can see that I am happier. I'm in V for life. Who knows, right? Maybe we don't work out, but you'll never know unless you try, right? So, yeah, spoke about my anxiety traveling. Yeah, exactly, Moment Screen. Yeah, exactly. So, actually, Moment Screen, my mum texted me when I went out to Rotterdam, because it was the first time I've actually been abroad and traveling on my own. My mum texted me out there and she said, how are you getting on and all this? And I told her that I'd arrived in Rotterdam, and she was like, well done for like traveling on your own for the first time. So she actually like well done to me for it. Have I flown on my own before? No. Am I petrified of flying? Yes. Am I prepared to do that to go and see V? Yes. But it's not that long a flight. I don't think it's that long. I don't remember. Is it 4 or 5 hours? It's not that long, is it, V? I don't know how long, if you know, but
The overlays, layovers.
There is an overlay route I looked at. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at flights already. I looked at flights a month ago. It's not that expensive. I'm not gonna be looking at asking for donations or anything. I'm hoping to afford it on my own. Of course, if people want to support, that would be fucking amazing, but I'm not gonna do that. The PC fund's enough. I will not. I don't intend to ask for more. I've not put sub goals up. I've not put bit goals up. The PC fund's there. I just haven't spoke about it. I'm not selling it, and that's because I'm truly uncomfortable with doing that. But at this moment in time, once that PC fund is done, then I can go out there and build a PC. I can get the PC parts delivered to her house and build a PC there.
You don't even have to build it. You can just order it pre-built. If you're not getting like a case from another place like I did, you can just get it delivered and it's fine.
So it'll be fine. I'm very confident in myself now where I can travel on my own. Like Moment Screen said, like I wouldn't even leave to go on the train to like London on my own. But I do that all the fucking time now. And now I've just been to Rotterdam on the fucking coach. So like, dude, I can do anything. It really is just a matter of just doing it and believing in yourself. And dudes, guys, did you hear my story about the travel back from Rotterdam? I almost got stranded in Calais, France, for those who don't know, at the ferry station, the docks, because I missed my coach to get on the dock. And guess what? No extra charge, and I'm at home right now. You can do anything.
Can't wait for the Beyond cooking stream. Oh god. Well, Leon actually can cook. So.
I am legitimately going to write a script, Moment Screen, and make a video on it. I have some video footage. I think V's going to also do like a kind of vlog-esque type video she's working on. So stay tuned. I want you to watch them both. And I don't know, maybe it'll be a little bit romantic as well, because it was both of us making our journey to meet each other. So it might be a little bit, nice as well in that regard. Or at least if we don't talk about it, then that's what we were doing. So, yeah, it is. Oh, where did you go, Gags? Where did you go abroad? Yeah, V's got loads of footage. She was doing one of the footage was like 7 minutes long, and then like, I mean, I'll edit it for you if you want. Like, I'd love to do that. I would adore to do that. So,
you can have it if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm doing good, Red Room. Yeah, how are you? Yeah. Oh, that was that time, Gags. I see. Yeah, I would have been fine, Gags. Yeah, abroad, but you didn't fly though, did you, Gags? I think it's different if you fly on your own because you're getting on a plane on your own and all this, and then you feel like you're going very far. But that's a big step, Gags. Is just going your first time abroad, I think. Oh shit, Red Room. I hope you feel better soon. And the Vion cooking stream. Maybe there'll be some cooking stream. You know, and like V knows like everything that I need out there. Like she's already looking at like where can we get a gym nearby, because you need the gym because you go to the gym, and there's something you need in your life and there's something you want in life, which I need it in life. So we're looking at that kind of thing. We're looking at things, but obviously until that PC fund's done, then it's stay here for now and put some money behind us. So and I want to give back as much as I can. I'm going to work hard on some incentives. I want to make sure it's good. I told V last night about the shave it or save it. That opens up at 1,500, which is essentially a donation war that we'll be doing. At 1,500, it'll be a bit like the remake steering wheel, Gags, where we'll have an option to shave it or save it, which is my beard. And it'll be a case of like $1 here, $1 there, 5 here, 6 there, and you guys will decide by the time I close it, whenever that will be. I'm not going to tell you when that will be, because then, whatever happens, that'll be that.
How what I was thinking when we
coming
shaved. You just go for morning runs?
I told V yesterday, and V went, "Do I not got a say in this?"
Huh?
About the shave it or save it. You said, "Oh, I don't. Do I not get a say in this?" Oh.
No, I don't care.
You don't care if it comes off? Wow.
If you're building your PC to come and
right.
see V, yes, V does not care. Okay.
That shit's coming off the chat as anything. V will see a new man. I don't know. Yeah, she says she don't care now, but man,
I'll have him with or without it.
It probably will be more like 4 or 5 weeks, but yeah, Gags. And for those who know, like, I don't think Vaughn's ever seen me, and he's known me for 4 or 5. He's known me for 4 years now, and he's never seen me clean shaven. I need to be dropping some big claws on the gold set, that man's me. I mean, obviously, the reason why I'm opening up a donation war is because, again, donations go towards this. So yeah, basically, for those not up to date, for £250 raised, which we did, I did a reward. I now owe one for 500 because Vaughn dropped 500, so that's a lot of money. So 2 to Vaughn there, if you like, and then the one for 1,000. And then we're soon nearly at 1,250. So we've definitely got a few. I'm going to have to roll out some like wheels or something and do something. But GG Omni and 100 Sage, by the way. But me and V are going to work on some of them. Maybe we'll throw like It Takes Two in there, and we can do like, maybe we can try and do like a longish stream of It Takes Two or something. I mean,
I have it already.
He already has it, so. Vaughn dropped to 250, then dropped to 250 again, Gags, yeah. That was about a month or 2 ago now, I think. That's how we ended up getting as high as we did. And I also just want a disclaimer. So anyone who donated, please listen. This was higher the other day. It was like 63%. The only reason why it was that high is because Dino dropped 69. Nice. Which sent me, but he wanted me to spend that money straight away to get to Rotterdam. So that actually helped me to book like some travel. I needed to book like a train ticket. They made the coach to pay for. They made the hotel to pay for. They made the TwitchCon ticket to pay for. I'm aware of that, and I'm sorry that if that was a little bit selfish. But I'm no regrets because I walked away and I've got a girlfriend now. And
why'd you say walk away? That's sad, Zeus.
I'm sorry, mate. I didn't even say that. I said it. No! I said walk away! I said walk away. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't say walk away. I'm so sorry.
You said it.
PTSD kicking in.
You said it. Don't lie to me.
Yes, yes, Red Room. She's my girlfriend, yeah. Which I've actually not said on stream yet. So, but anyway, so yes, and Panic, who I don't know if they're still here or not, but Panic has been really, really nice to me and messaging me, and told me that any money he donated toward the PC fund, if I needed all that he said, all that he donated from it, that I could take it towards TwitchCon if needed, and I did. And that was £83.30, and I counted it and I tallied it all up, and I've taken it, and that's why that's gone down. Now, Welsh Banter, I don't know if they're still here. Top bloke, by the way. If you don't know the guy, you should be following him anyway. He just tiered 2 like an hour ago. Stupid support he gives me, and a dear friend of mine. He actually said that any money that he's donated, I can take that too. I didn't take that money because I didn't want to reduce that PC fund even more. I need the PC, you know, and not just for like me and V. I actually need the PC, so I didn't take that money. And I'm openly talking that I'd taken that money from there. That was permissioned, but I didn't take anyone else's unless they mentioned it. So and I haven't taken it, and I'm hoping not to, you know, not to. So
Yeah, Gags actually said it first.
no, you're fine, Gags. You're
No,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine.
Even when we were at TwitchCon, V was introducing me to like to businesses as, oh, this is my partner. So it was already a thing anyway. But I haven't actually openly stated anything online to anything or anyone, and I haven't said it on
Because
stream.
why would we? Like,
But
someone needs that.
But I'm not gonna lie, guys. Can we just look at something? Have you seen this girl? Look how nice she is. Look how pretty she is. Look how gorgeous she is. This is my girl. Anyway, enough of that. Red Box just said, yep. I bet it feels nice to be publicly to call her your background? To call her your boy girl, your background, your battle music, battle group music.
Battleground?
Oh, girlfriend, yes, girlfriend, gluten free. Yes.
Alvin Scott, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, it does feel good actually, yeah. Baldur's Gate, clearly. Yeah, it does feel good to call V my Baldur's Gate. It's okay, Baldur's Gate was funny. I mean, jokes aside, like, you know, because I don't want to like make, and I don't want V's streams to take over, and I'm always in her streams, like content wise. And same with mine. But we have considered, like, if we do any like playthroughs together, we'd throw it on our YouTube channels. People can watch it if they want to watch it. It's optional then, and our content is not changing because, you know, our channels are our own channels at the end of the day, and nothing's going to change there. Sure, we might do this together, but this is like, you know, an expansion that comes out every 2 years. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I've seen you, Gags. I've seen you saying, "Oh, it's his other half" and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, again, you saw us in person, Gags, and essentially, even without a label, you knew what we were. But me and V was really sad, Gags, because we were like, we legitimately didn't even know you were going. I know that you spoke about it, and me and V were really upset almost because we were like, why didn't you tell us? And then when we did meet up, well, V was like, oh God, is it because you're with me? And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, no, surely not. And then when we mentioned it to you, you were like, oh, you know, just you together. So like, we were like, no, we wanted you here. Like, you should have told us. So.
And you know this. Hopefully you do.
Because you're meeting a girlfriend for your first time. True. But still.
We've spent hours. I know, but like we've spent hours doing like all these other things as well, and we would have made the time.
We would have definitely made the time, guys. You know you would have. Like, especially you. You know we would have done. So when you're like, oh, I just met Nico. Me and V, Gags, you don't know this, but there was me, there was Dutchie, I think, there was Muso and Monster the Mash. We're all stood in a corner. I saw your message saying, oh, I've just met Nico. Me and V were looking at my phone and not long turned on my fucking flight mode off. And me and V were like... And then you were like, but is he? And I was like, but I think he is. And then she's like, but he's here. And I was like, I think he's here. But I was like, and then I was like, but he has to be here because like Nico's here. And she's like, so he's here? Why didn't he tell you? And I was like, is he really here though? We just went on for about 45 seconds. It was like this, like, what the fuck? And then I did the thing, Gags. I was like, oh, check Kofi. Me and V. Dude, did he just? Oh my God! Did he just do the thing? And we just did it again. It was this whole fucking thing.
Bulgarius, thanks for the follow.
I haven't posted a picture outside. I didn't look because I was on flight mode. My Discord doesn't update because your social, your mobile data just shuts off.
And
So
I
got
didn't go
every single
into
one.
show and tell. I was only in general chat. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't looking into other things. That
Then
was
I see
so
Eleanor
bad.
talking. Yeah, I see Eleanor talking to her, and Leon rings me. Oh god. Oh man, and I couldn't meet Eleanor. I was so gutted. Because she was like, oh, we're outside, and I was like, at that moment, there was like 12 people, like, sat with us, or stood with us, and I was like, I can't, like, people wanting pictures and, like, all this stuff. I ain't gonna drag 12 people outside, and I could have walked away and come back, but I wasn't sure I was gonna be how long I was gonna be out there for. I wanted V with me. It was just this, like, a really hard moment. So I felt really bad for not being able to say hi, and it was over two of my friends, Brutals and Bobcat, who I really wanted to meet and couldn't just couldn't do it. So, yeah. And again, like Gags with the dono. I don't know if he wants me to publicly state how much it was. Me and V obviously know, and if maybe you know. But there was
Hi,
also
Macarius, welcome in. How are you?
and there was also a nice dono before I went, which was really helpful actually, because V and myself were looking at like, dudes, guys, you have no idea. I packed pot noodles like as the porridge, right? Where you just add hot water. We had ramen. V brought stuff from Serbia, not Siberia. That's a different country, guys. Serbia. She packed like food. So, dudes, we tried not to spend money out there because we were tight on money.
Not tight, dirt poor. I went from Serbia, which is like 2,000 kilometers away from Amsterdam. I went with $4 in my pocket. I traveled for like almost 2
country to come and meet me with four euros essentially, right? That's all she had, like all she had, until she got paid, which was like the 1st of July or whatever it was, wasn't it? So she only had £4 or $4 to get to Serbia. To get to TwitchCon. TwitchCon. So like, yes, it wasn't a lot of money. Yes, we made it. But man, when we're like, V had packed coffee like in a coffee flask because she had coffee. She was on a coach for 35 hours with £4 to meet me. Now, I had a bit more than that. I had a bit more because I was able to take money from the funds and stuff. But even then, when I first got to Rotterdam, I had to get a taxi to V because she was an hour away because of our buses getting dropped off in two different locations, a big far away apart. I like blocked a taxi, jumped in a taxi, told the taxi driver to just fucking drive because men were starting to approach V on the street. I get to V, the cost of just the fucking taxi was £32 or euros. 32 euros on the minute. I'd only been like stepped in foot of the country off that coach for 10 minutes. And I'd already spent 32 fucking euros. And I had to get to V, and my hotel was that way anyway. So that was like, me and V were so convinced we're at the same station. We both filmed around our stops. I was like, how do we don't see each other? I don't recognize that building. I don't recognize this. And then I had to like basically track her on fucking Google Maps, find out where she is, and then get my way there.
It felt like, do you know, like these movies when you're like in alternate reality, when two people are in the same space, but it feels like parallel universe and they can't see each other? My brain had me believe that we stand in the same place and that none of it is real, that he's just like in a different dimension, and that we're, because the stations look the same, and we couldn't figure out that we were in different ones, and I thought that we were just standing next to each other but can't see each other, and that we're never gonna meet because we're just like in, like my demented science fiction brain had me believe that we were in different instances. Yes, exactly.
And on top of trying to find each other, it was frustrating because we were like, why is this so hard? We're like around the corner from each other. It surely can't be. Yeah, dude, it was exactly like that. And also, King's Gambit, I would have got an Uber, but I was literally, I jumped off that bus. We found out we weren't near each other. I went I literally got on my phone, looked for a taxi rank, right? And went, right, where's the nearest taxi rank? 15 minutes walk. I start walking, and then I look on the road. I'm not even kidding. Bearing in mind, this is a country I'm not familiar with. I see a taxi in the middle of the road, sort of stood there at a red light with no passenger in there. And I go, excuse me, I run over, right? And I say, can you drive me somewhere? Is it okay to get in? Can I have a taxi? And this guy's like, what, do you want a taxi? And I'm like, yeah, taxi. I don't know why it's French. Get in this taxi. And then he's like, okay, but I need to move to the side of the road. Cars behind the taxi were beeping at me. And I was just stopping the road. I was stopping the fucking road. I was like, yeah, pull over. And he's like, he says, he does this to me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I open his boot. I didn't even ask him. I opened my boot, put my luggage in, slam it shut, jump in the car. I don't put my seatbelt on, and I say, drive. And he goes, where? I went to a theatre.
He just drive.
Right that way to a theatre. And he's like, which one? And I'm there going, V, which one? And she's like, this one. And I go, okay, this one here. And he goes, oh, he gives me his phone and goes, put the theatre in my phone. I'm going, bruh, I'm texting my girlfriend here. There's people approaching her. Like, there's guys coming over to her, you know, like in the street. I'm fucking panicking like this. And she's like,
they didn't speak my language. Like, they start like approaching me, like herding around. They don't speak my language. They don't speak English, and they want something. And I'm standing there and I'm like texting him. It's like 11 p.m. I'm standing there with my suitcase and with my backpack. They're like 3 or 4 of them are gathering. I was scared out of my mind. I was like...
Anyway, so the guy gives me this, and he's like, okay, this one. And I went, no, I'll tell you it. I'll read it to you, and you put it in. And then he's like, no, I do it. And I'm like, okay, then. And he's putting this in, driving, right, on one-handed on his phone like this. Driving with steering wheel and like this. You guys can see me, right? he's like driving, and he's like putting it in like this. I was fucking like, and I had no seatbelt on. Anyway, and he's driving. Then he's like, okay, I need the postcode. I'm like, V, where's the postcode? Oh, where's the address? And then she's like sending me the address, and I'm like, there it is. And he's like, put it in. I'm like, you fucking friend now. So anyway, he puts it in, and it's like a 12 or something minute ride, or 15. And I'm there watching him on his GPS, and he's going around this fucking, I'm like, just hurry up and get there, please. Just fucking floor it. I don't give a shit. Your country, you should know what this theater is. I didn't say that, but I was so furious. And then when we got outside of this theater that you were stood in, it was like a mall, wasn't it? But it was like a theater kind of thing. Anyway, and it was like the guy parked literally, so she was behind the building. I thought, I'll walk from here. So I said, oh yeah, I'll walk here. How much is that? And I went, 31 euros or 30 euros. He went, yeah. And then he goes, oh, are you sure? And he started driving further to edge up the ticket price more. And I was like, listen, no, I'll get out here. I'm fine. I'll walk. And he was like, oh no, but I think it's over here. Drove me further away from it. Yeah, run up the bit, exactly, Vaughn. And then he says, oh yeah, and and I couldn't get out because he was fucking moving. And then I said, no, I'll get out now, thank you. I will pay. That's 31 euros. He goes, you want to get out? Okay. Then
that's not the end of the story. What?
Yeah, it drives further, goes around the next corner, then pulls over and goes, okay. And I went, okay, 32 euros. Pay him the 32 euros. I open the boot, I take my suitcase, I slam it shut, and I walk off.
And then
I meet V. For the first time. So it's nice, but man, that happened like 15 minutes, like so quick. I didn't know what an Uber looked like. I couldn't find an Uber. I didn't know what I was looking for. I didn't know like who to ring or what numbers I was looking for. I was literally in this country for 10 minutes, and I just jumped in the nearest taxi and said drive, basically.
And yeah, I just sat there, like it was like 15 p.m. Like I thought you arrived at like 9:30. I sat there, it was past 11. It was starting to get so cold. People are approaching, they're talking to me. It's like, I didn't understand why people were just refusing to speak English, and I didn't want to get into conversations, and I'm just sitting there.
So for context, for those who don't know, it's bad enough, right, that I was meant to be there at 8:30, and V was meant to get to her stop at 8:40, which is daytime, right? Now, hers was delayed, not by much in the end. It ended up being like maybe less than an hour or something, right? I think it was like at 9:30 you got there, maybe. So V was there at 9:30. I was running 2 hours, 20 minutes late. I was not meant to be arriving until 11 o'clock, right? But luckily, I ended up getting there 2 hours behind and not 2.5 hours. But by this point, V had like done everything she could. She'd gone for something to eat. She'd stayed in like a mall for a bit. Then she waited outside thinking I was getting close. And then it looked like I was getting really close to where she was because it looked like we were parking near her. And then I was like, okay. And we both just gave up on looking at Google Maps. And then next thing you know, I'm parked an hour walk away from her. I was like a 12 minute taxi ride away, but I didn't know that.
And at that
So
point,
we
I'm
both
just
got off
standing there. I'm
before
like,
the
why
right
is this
stop.
so hard? Why is this so difficult?
It was madness. And yeah, just from that point, knowing some things about V, I just wanted to make sure while I was there that that I looked after her, protected her, and just made sure that she didn't get overstimulated or
And I was fine.
or
I was.
stressy
He
and things
just
like
worries
that. No,
a
yeah, you were
lot.
fine. Yeah. So found each other. Yeah, it was really nice to meet each other. It was really nice. I'm not going to go into details about it, but I personally, I'm not going to gush about it on stream. All I'll say to me is, in my eyes, I thought it was quite romantic how we ended up actually seeing each other for the first time. So it was really
I was like,
nice.
are you gonna put your foot
nice.
in it?
I'm not going to say it. I'm not
Okay.
going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
I think the way we saw each other for the first time, it was.
I was
it
a
was
little on
really
edge,
fun.
just like I.
Yeah. Dude, like seriously, Steve-O. Seriously, we stayed up a lot. Not every night. We stayed up a lot though because we just wanted more time together. We were counting down the hours the minute we got together because we were like, oh my god, we've got like this many hours. Like it was awful. It was awful. Yeah. First meeting just us two. Exactly. Yeah. And like, oh god, this is really cheesy, and I'm so sorry for saying this out loud. This is really cheesy, but it's kind of like that forbidden fruit, right? It's like, oh, V's in this other country. I'm never gonna meet her. We're never gonna be in the same room as each other. It's just gonna be this online relationship forever. It's gonna be like that. It would be perfect, but you're never gonna meet. And then we actually were meeting, and it was just this really magical thing. Like, without being too over cheesy, but you know what I mean? Like, if you imagine, if you imagine you were meeting, like, I'm not saying V is mine, I'm not being that gushy, but if you just imagined yourself, whoever your perfect person might be, whether it be the woman of your dreams, the guy of your dreams, or whatever, and they lived in this foreign land, right? It's kind of like that, right? So, and when you think, oh, you're never going to meet them or something, it was like that. It was like, I was in denial that V was going to turn up at one point. Like, in my head, I think, oh, she's probably going to turn up. Not saying that V wouldn't, but I'm just saying, like, you end up getting in a head where you start to try to convince yourself, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, it's not going to be this. I'm not going to be that. And so, yeah.
And I did. I turned up. Okay, chat?
And she did turn up, yeah. She did turn up. So...
Fucking turned up, didn't I? Left you, left my other baby, left all my babies at home.
Literally left your son. Not at home. Of course you went with your mum, but yeah, you left your babies, yeah.
Turned up 2 hours
She
before.
turned up 2 hours because V will tell you, I was so upset at my coach, wasn't I, V? And you had to say calm down. I'm losing 2 hours with you before I've met you.
He was so mad.
I was so mad. You had to say, look, listen, like, darling, it's fine. Like, don't worry. I was so upset. Like, I don't mean crying. I mean angry. I was like, but I'm losing time with you that we've paid for out there. Like, I'm losing time with you. Which is why we stayed up the final night. It was like, we wanted every hour together, every moment together. And, it's probably cheesy, but, like, even when I was stood talking to other friends, and if V was, like, even more than a meter away from me, I would put my hand out and say, come to me, like, get here. Like, I didn't want to be apart. So, yeah. So, I watched this romantic movie on Netflix one time, and it was kind of like a science fiction movie. I think it's called In Your Eyes. Okay. But the couples were talking to each other through their thoughts, and eventually met up on the train. Oh, that sounds like a nice movie, Red Black. Yeah. Sounds like a nice movie. I had the same experience. I went to Romania at Christmas in 2013, and you were with me for 7 years. Wow. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think it's the overthinkers, moment's queen. When you're in self-doubt that, when you think like, oh, she's not going to turn up, or I'll make an excuse and not go, or you meet up and it's like, it's you're both different people when you meet up or something, or she does this annoying thing when she does this, or she didn't like it when I did this annoying thing, but it really wasn't like that at all.
Like, I had different, not doubts, but fears, I guess. I have PTSD from basically being denied a visa, which I've never been denied in my life. But because I work as a content creator and UK didn't recognize that as a job, they told me that they don't think I have enough reason to come back come back to my country. And I have a child in my country and everything. So I didn't understand that at all. But it doesn't matter. Like, I just thought I had my passport and I was crossing the border. I was like, there's something wrong with my passport. Like, something is wrong. They're going to keep me at the border. I'm never going to make it. He's going to be in Rotterdam on his own. Now I'm going to have to tell him that I got stranded on the border. I have €4 in my pocket. The bus is going to leave me. The bus is going to go to, to Frankfurt and then to Amsterdam and then to Rotterdam. And they're going to go to TwitchCon and I'm not going to go to TwitchCon. I'm going to have to find a way to go home and find a way to tell him that, like, I'm not coming. Like, I had this idea that I was going to be stopped by the police, that they're just, like, not going to let me through. And I give them my passport. They put a stamp on. They're like, you're free to go. And I'm like, really? I go? What?
At that point, I think I'm the other. I mean, oh man, I don't know. I was gonna say something actually. Hold on, let me think. Oh, hold on, it's coming back. I was gonna say something. Oh no, I think there was something I was gonna say. I've forgotten, but no, yeah. I in regards to life is too short, I agree. I really do. I mean, we both feel quite strongly on that. At the end of the day, no one knows what's going to happen. It might work out, it might not work out, but who knows? And like I said, all the signs point to me to say, not that we're perfect, but this opportunity is perfect. Like, it literally is perfect, because other than my actual mum and her partner and my brother, and barring like my friends in London, Gags and James and Noda, who I'll miss obviously daily, I'll be back every year to visit them, and I'll bring V and we'll have meetups and it'll be the same, right? Except I'm just not in York, I'm somewhere else. I'll still stream the same. I'm probably going to try to keep the same schedule. I'll have other responsibilities like taking care of me and V and the little boy, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that will change, but the content will still be the same. V stands by it, that we'll still be streaming and still doing what we have to do. And we'll only, if anything, work harder on content and making this as long as a career as we can, because who knows how long career will be. So nothing's going to change in that regard. Might see the backgrounds change or something, or maybe the schedule might change here and there because of obligations or something, but we'll do our best. So but I don't want to jump that far ahead into like,
we already put our foot in it enough, so
yeah, we've already disclosed so much and we've been extremely
and we did not think that we were going to talk about this today.
No, we did not plan to speak about this at all.
No. Like, I have not spoken to him. Obviously, yeah. This is, yeah. Now, I don't know what would have happened if I got stranded. Actually, something very interesting happened to me when I was traveling to Rotterdam. I, by chance, I told you the story about who my past ticket was booked with, how it was supposed to look like. We chose the longest possible layovers because he wanted to see Europe since he's not from Europe. So I was like, okay. So those were like 5-hour layovers that I was very annoyed at. But what happened was we got stuck at the border, like the Serbian-Hungarian border. And we sat there for like almost 3 hours. And by the time I was in Frankfurt, I only had about an hour to board my next bus. What would have happened if I had taken another bus and if my layover was 2 hours? I would have missed the bus. I would have been stranded, not in Frankfurt, in Munich. I would have been stranded in Munich with $4 in my pocket. That could have easily happened to me if I didn't have the longest layover.
You probably wouldn't have been able to jump on another bus because your bus has your passport, your information, so it's tied to that bus.
Yep.
I know because guys, similar to V's story, is because we stayed up all night that last night before. When we got to the ferry, I was obviously tired, but I'd missed the coach by like literally 10 minutes, 5 minutes, all because of a communication issue with the bus driver. But I almost got quote unquote stranded out there. I mean, I wouldn't have done, of course. And I had a layover that I had to make, and I only made it by half an hour when I was meant to have 3 hours.
It was very risky. We didn't realize how risky this was.
I jumped on a different coach that allowed me, but they had to ring up like the company to check that they could bring my passport and this information there. I jumped on a different ferry that I wasn't meant to be on, and they had to go with passport and all that stuff. And then I jumped back into another coach to catch up to my other coach, and I could see my actual coach that I was tracking on my phone, and I was like when I was on the sea going from Calais to Dover, I could see that midway through that my ferry was half an hour in front. I could almost see the ferry, and I'd also lost my hoodie, so I had no long sleeve anything. It was cold on the ferry, it was raining, and I remember just ringing V and being like, so hey, listen, you're not gonna believe what's just happened. And while I was on the ferry, because I was scared about missing my next, I'm gonna snooze once. V.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
snooze. Because I was scared about missing the same coach that had driven onto the ferry. This is so funny. I was like, the bus driver who I was learning, like hitchhiking off, he was like, listen, come back here in 2 hours time, blue door something or other. I was tired, I'd been up all night, and then they were like, oh, come down to the 5th floor out of 8. I was like, I'm not gonna remember this shit. So I ended up following the bus drivers. I followed the coach drivers. They go sit down somewhere. They have big bright yellow fluorescent jackets on. And I'm going to do the impression again for those who missed it. And we go to this like big resting area. There's like a bar and things. I'm not hungry. I'm not even thirsty. I'm just glad I'm alive at this point. And they sit down and I sit like, I don't know, 7 or 8 tables away from them. And because I was adamant on not... because I was adamant on not losing where they were, I was like drinking my water, and I would just stare at them without taking my eyes off them. So I was like this. So I can only imagine that the coach drivers were looking at me, and they were like looking up, and they could see me going. So I didn't want to lose sight of them, and I did that for 2 hours.
Well, texting me.
I'm not kidding. I was literally like this. So anyway,
It was bad.
I did not want to lose them after. Yeah, exactly that, gags. I was literally like, so like they probably looked over and they're like, oh, you know, it's nice. I was so tired. I was like, I don't want to miss that coach, and I didn't.
You did not.
Oh, I did not. But I am so happy because these two coach drivers were Polish, and I know a few Polish words. So, and I knew their language and accent straight away, and I was saying to one bus driver in Polish, thank you, and thank you. And another one of them was like, oh, listen, I'll get you to Victoria, but just remember, I like the vodka. You got a bottle of vodka in your in your luggage? I was like, I don't think I do. I was like, vodka? I have water.
What's funny is he almost walked away with a drink. Does anyone from the chat remember that liquor that I mentioned that I bought that he wanted to try? Do you know what happened to that liquor? Do you want me to tell you? Want me to tell you what happened?
Tell him.
It came back with me. We didn't even open it. Did not even open it. It's a full bottle that we.
In our defense, we did have a mini fridge in our room, which took me about an hour and a half to get in that fridge because of the shelving. Anyway, because it was like this awful sized room. But anyway, we threw the bottle in there. We thought, oh, maybe one night we'll come back. We'll have a drink or something. So it stayed in there. Then obviously we didn't open it. We packed it back up again, and we were like, you know what? Maybe, you know, if and when you come over here.
That bottle has been traveling with me to Rotterdam and back.
Now it's traveled to like, it's traveled from Serbia to like Munich to Amsterdam to Rotterdam to Hungary, and it's traveled all the way back. And
to Brussels, to Frankfurt, to Budapest.
What happened on the way back, V? You're just driving along and you're like maybe 8 hours away from home, and your bus tire pops.
The tire on my bus, it exploded right under me. So I was sitting like in my seat, and suddenly like I get startled by loud noises, right? And right under me, the bus tire explodes right under me. I feel the vibration. I feel the actual explosion. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It was so bad. And like we stopped at it was like a gas station or something, and then the bus company had to call a service that would come and that would fix the bus. And at that point I was so exhausted. I was texting Neon and I was like, there was an explosion on the bus, I'm going to bed. Like basically something along those lines. He's like, what the fuck is happening? And I just went to sleep, and by the time I woke up because I didn't tell you this, but I literally felt like something was like, the vibrations were so strong. I felt something was literally going up my ass. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And literally, no, it's like they were fixing this tire right underneath me, and they had like this metal thing that they were poking the upper part of the bus with, and that's what woke me up, because I'm like, what is happening? And then I realized that they actually put the new tire in. They attached it. He did not hear this.
On my, I didn't hear that actually, but on my coach back, after I said goodbye and, you know, wiped my tears away and stuff, I was like standing there falling asleep because I was that tired, like standing. So we, again, for those who missed it, we'd stayed up the entire night just to spend like those extra 7 or 8 hours together. Man, it was like, it was a long night, but we had some, it was a nice night, but it was also bitter but sweet, right? Anyway, I stood there and I was like, okay, great, just gonna get on this coach at like 8:30 and it's gonna be great. And I look and it's already 20 minutes delayed. I'm going, 20 minutes. I was like, guys, I'm falling asleep standing. I was like, literally like, I was so, I sat down against a fucking lamppost and then realized what a hobo I looked like. I looked like I was some homeless person with my rucksack and my suitcase. Like,
and then I sent him a picture to make him feel better. I'm going to show you the picture that I sent him so that he can see how I was sitting for the most part of that day.
I'm gonna see if I've got any pictures now. The amount of pictures.
This is me sitting on the floor. This is me sitting on the concrete floor in Brussels, next to my suitcase, sitting there for hours. Like he thought he looked like a hobo. Look at that.
Maybe I can put it up on screen. Hold on. Stream even. Hold on. I'll pop it up on stream if I can.
You have that one? Please be careful, for the love of God. For the love of God, you gotta be careful.
I'm being careful. I changed scene and everything. Aww. For those who missed some pictures, can I be gushing? Can I gush and show them pictures?
Sure.
Of us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute picture. Oh, that's a cute picture. Oh, that's a cute picture. Where would you have posted?
I don't know what's happening, but.
Where would you have? Oh, I can't show that one. God, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? No, I'm not, thank God. Maybe they're in the... I'll show some pictures. So there's me and V. That was the last picture we took together, wasn't it, V?
I think so. That's... Gax actually took that picture. Oh, there's an ad. There's an ad. Can I just... Okay, can we just pause watching... looking at these pictures because first of all, my people can't see it because of the virtual camera, and I have to go to bathroom. So yes, we're gonna take a look at it. We are in an ask currently for 2 minutes. I will be right back.
I'm laughing so hard, my ribs are killing it. That quality though. Yeah, that was a really nice picture, Gags. Like, straight away, Gags, have you actually seen that big group picture we took? In that bar? There was that massive group picture, do you remember? I haven't seen that picture yet. I don't know who took... Was that on your phone, Gags? That huge one inside the bar break. For those on V's community, by the way, we'll show you pictures after the ad break. Yeah. Oh, will you send it in Discord, Gags? We haven't even seen that. Send it now. I'll show it on stream if you want. I can show these on Discord. Yeah, these are all in the selfie section. Yeah. Oh, you did upload it? Did you? The big one? Did you? Where? The day after? No. You're talking about the picture I just showed, no?
Yeah, that was the day after.
I was, Gags was just saying he uploaded the big picture from inside the bar?
From inside the bar? No, I don't know about that one.
Do you remember inside the bar? And they had the guy who worked in the bar to take the picture for us? How does no one remember? Oh, maybe meetups. Ah! Oh, shit! V!
V! Yes! Now. What?
Are you out of ads now?
No, 52 seconds.
Oh, okay. There's some pictures we've not seen.
What?
There's some pictures we've not seen.
Give me a second.
In a minute. Don't look on your phone. Don't cheat.
I'm not looking at the phone.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'm not cheating. Wow, what a thing to say to me.
Oh, there we are.
Imagine, chat.
Sorry, first time I'm seeing some of these pictures, guys. There's like 10 ads. We're out of ads. There's no.
Are we out of ads? Okay. Ad break.
Can I show now? Are you ready to see?
Are we ready, chat? Can you see me?
I know that they might not be able to see.
No. They can see because I fixed the camera. Like, I'm actually sharing my screen.
So there you go.
Okay. So, yeah, let's look at pictures.
There's Gags here for those who don't know. We've got Mr. Dip over here. We've got Monster the Mash, Moonbeam who raided us today. We've got Muso here and me. Now, I was really sad here because V had actually gone to the toilet behind us. And I was like, no, guys, I need to, like, one more, please. And I shouted one more. Then obviously Gags posted this picture of us. This was like, you were cold and it was raining. It was not nice. I was just wanting to get you back and get you safe. Then we have this picture, and I did say one more, and I got my hand, and I was like, no, she's not leaving. Look, I was like, stay with me, like, you picture with me. But there, anyway, there's a nice picture there. And then there's me and Muso. We had some pictures before we left.
That was a good one.
Laughing here. Yeah, it's a cute one, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice. Dutchie. Oh, I got Dutchie here. Dutchie and Muso. Dutchie and Muso again. Dutchie posted me. V. Dip. Fucking Dip. Dutchie, and we have here. I don't know if you guys know her, but she's a friend of ours. So.
We posted. Did we post any pictures in? No, this is selfies, right? What is this? Meetups. They're all over the place. We kind of broke the rules.
I know, it's fine. And then selfies. There's another picture of me and V. Oh, Umbar, thank you so much for the sub. Hey. Oh, thank you. Umbar, it was amazing. Yeah, 45 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it was really good. This was actually the second day, and this is just before I turned on my please finish that sentence.
Flight mode.
This is just before I turned on off my flight mode. This is the right returner before I turned it on. So yeah, there was this picture here. This is nice. This is just me on day one. Do we have any more? Me and Gags.
We have it in general because we broke all the rules. I'm so sorry.
Fucking Dip. I think this is Moonbeam. Fucking hell. Oh yeah.
That's me traveling. Yeah.
You were traveling, yeah?
That was me on the way to
And
Go to general. I think
Huh?
you'll find more in general.
Oh,
Like
in
in actual
as well?
general chat. Yeah, that's kind of where we dropped pictures. Sorry.
Yo, what's up, Smokes? Welcome in as well. And welcome in, Iggy. I saw you pop in there, so just saying hi to people. People should be out of ads, by the way. Hopefully.
Yeah. We're out of us. Yeah.
Me and Moonbeam. Moonbeam's lovely, by the way. I love her energy so much. This is Nathan. I don't know how comfortable Nathan is with me showing his face here, but Nathan, Monster the Mash, Moonbeam, Musa, myself again, and General Chat. You said somewhere.
Yeah, we had so many.
If anyone
We shouldn't
has
have posted there. That's actually when we met.
That was actually when we just met after like 25 hours of traveling.
That's what we looked like. My God.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
Yeah. We had a really nice time. And this was at the Fractal dinner.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is us.
Well, that's out there.
I loved Kiraga's reaction. It was so nice. Oh, a cheeky kissy picture. I thought it was really nice. Do we have any others?
I don't know.
This is me on the coach,
Yeah.
breaking my own rule, but whatever.
We posted more, I think, or did we start posting in selfies after that?
I don't know. I think we ended up everywhere. Our DMs, it was general, it was selfies, it was meetup. Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing these two pictures here just makes me miss her, even though she's talking to me right now. Oh. Yeah, it was good. Good time. It was a really nice time.
Kissy pic has shown Dogo cries. Oh, he cries at all times. Like I think I have a sneaking suspicion that he can hear Neon because like he cries every time I get into a call, which is like at all times.
Do not accidentally open DMs. I mean, we've got some nice stuff in here. Like, it's not all dirty talk. Like, I was making.
We're actually
thumbnails,
nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna show. Like, I don't care. Look.
Just
So yeah. It's fine. No worries. But like, I was making thumbnails of us and stuff. Like, I just used the pictures and use them for thumbnails. So yeah. Can I show some of the screenshots of us?
Yeah, you can.
You know which ones I'm on about.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The ones that we took today. They're just silly, it's
like,
fine.
This was last night, I think, but this is just us, like, what we're like together. Like, we're just.
Was this last night?
I don't remember.
This was like a couple of nights ago, yeah.
Oh, no, this was last night after stream.
Yeah, that's.
I think. We ended stream. I was so tired last night, but we ended up just doing, making thumbnails and editing and doing all that good stuff, so. Yeah.
This is how we take pictures.
Screenshot, right? I'm gonna show
There's that one from this morning, right? Which one? Oh, well, they know that one.
Yeah, I just think it's nice the way we're looking at each other, so. It's not all dirty talk, just mostly.
How about the one from this morning? The one with my face zoomed in. Do you have that one?
Where? Which one? The
one that you said.
Hold
that
on.
was nice. Are we just like torturing everyone with this? Most likely.
God damn, my girlfriend here. Oh, this one. Oh, hold on, give me a minute. There we go. I have to make sure, something's not right here. But there's us, there's us just goofing around.
In case you ever wondered what we do after stream or before stream.
But I hope people can just see that. You can see it in my face how happy I am. She makes me happy, I think we're a pretty good fit. So.
Anyway. Where's the neon tongue pic? Huh? What's a neon tongue pic?
Oh, as in like my tongue out or something? I didn't stick my tongue out, no. Got some screenshots from F14. I'm showing you here. Your thumbnail you sent me.
But we actually have nice stuff. Like, I don't know why I was
They're
scared.
actually nice stuff. Yeah, you weren't like. There's nothing overly bad there. This is just an image of B just saying like every day. This is my setup here, and this is hers. I don't know. We're not all that gushy, but you know we do like each other a lot. So
Not all that gushy. People are like,
no, but like, dude, this is on stream, so like these screenshots are from stream. But you can just see we're both happy, like, you know. I'm a tongue action. Oh my god, the Arthur. Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You know. Oh, I won't show that one.
oh my gosh, hours later. Like,
No,
how long
no,
have we sat here?
No, obviously it's a picture of your son. I was like, I'm not gonna show that. I don't know. There's some nice pictures in here. Oh, I can't show that one. I can. It's nothing bad.
What is it? Which one is it?
It's when you were trying to edit a certain picture, and it was a photo from TwitchCon, and it deformed.
Oh, don't show that. No. Oh, no, 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 no.
That's why I said, oh no,
No.
I probably shouldn't show that one.
No, no.
If you knew, you knew. It's so bad. And it's like innocently like,
Don't.
oh no, there's been a glitch on my software. I'm like,
Don't show it. Don't
that's
show it. No, no, no. It's
fucking
really
bad.
bad.
I'm
No.
not gonna show it.
That's
I'm not
really
gonna show it. This is V. Just being V.
I like how you carefully like switch the scene every
I know,
time.
I'm being so fucking careful right now. You have no idea. A lot of it's text, obviously. So, yeah. And then it's just like information on like the hotel and you know regular stuff. There's really nothing, you know. Oh my god, top secret or anything there. There really isn't.